Hello, Kelly. How are you doing? Give me a couple seconds here. I'm still setting up. You know me, I can be late with my own funeral. Hey, how you doing, hey Marie? You know what happened? Oh, you changed your name. That's right. Oh, look at that. Hello, this is Denise and Spirit Stalker and Pam Stein. Christina, I'm getting ready to sing for you now. Give me a second here. This way y'all can sit back and listen to some music that I actually made. Compliments of but I actually had to put the chords in for the song, so there's really more me than anything. I'm almost ready. One more thing that I have to do here. I'm almost ready. Almost. One other thing I need to do here. David Hembry, how are you? Give me a few seconds and I'm almost ready. Thank you for being a blessed one, David. Thank you so much. I am looking. I'm also doing other things. Hey, Marie, how are you doing? We love you too. Okay, and I sent it to you, James. I am sorry. I am like always late for my own shiz, if you know what I mean. And by the way, this is music that I created right here. So I hope you like it. It is smooth jazz, of course, because I'm one of those old schools. Little Patty, how are you doing? Everyday Treasures, how are you doing, sir? Okay. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I love you all. Sorry about my tardiness. I'm actually a little bit on time though, if you really think about it, which is really unusual for me because I'm hardly ever on time, and y'all know that. Um, but I got to give y'all my proper welcome here, so I don't want to be late for that. Let's start off with Little Patty.
Acknowledge
That is
me.
not loud enough, so let me do that again. And there we go. And start. Kristen Berg, how are you doing? Let me give y'all the proper acknowledgement again, Little Patty.
Acknowledge me.
Kristen Berg.
Acknowledge me.
Everyday Treasures.
Acknowledge me.
Yvonne, aka Spirit Stalkers in the house.
Acknowledge me.
My boy David Embry.
Acknowledge me.
Moon and the Raven.
Acknowledge me.
I Die For You Paranormal, aka A. Marie.
Acknowledge me.
Mom of an Angel and Cassie.
Acknowledge me.
Did I miss anybody? Oh, no, I did. Sandra.
Acknowledge me.
Melanie, how are you?
Acknowledge me.
And I also have my, of course, Christina. She's right here.
Acknowledge me.
And I have my boys back here. I have Tony. And I have my son, Manny. If any of you are new here, this is two of the three boys that we have. They are special needs. They're both autistic. Manny is severely autistic. And they want to come by and show some love because the special guest here, they love him. They really do love him. They've watched every video that he's got. Our other son is with my wife and daughter. They went to the store, so they will be back. But yeah, and I want to let you know, James, the link is in there for you. So if you can get that whenever you're ready. And I want to also thank my members. Thank you so much. Do I go vertical? Hey, it's however you want to go. If you want to hang upside down, you can hang upside down. If you want to go vertical, we can go vertical. If you want us to just see the back of your head, we can see the back of your head. But we just love to have you, and we love you, and we love everybody that is in here. So I wanted you all to know that now. Christina, how are you doing?
Well, how are you? How are you? And how are the boys? Hi, boys.
Hi, Christina.
They are fine. How was your week?
I had 2 weeks up in Indiana visiting my grandson. So, it's I haven't, been running after babies for a long while. So it was, tiring.
I
But
know
yeah.
it is. Tiggs in New Zealand, how are you doing, fam?
Acknowledge me.
And Tiggs says, hi, Tony and Manny.
Hi, Tiggs.
Tiggs?
Oh.
No, Tiggs.
Oh, Tig.
He don't have no ticks. You don't have no ticks, do you know, Tiggs?
Oh.
No. Of course you don't.
Let's see.
But very shortly here, we are going to have a good guest, a man that I am proud to call my brother. We love this man very much. He will be with us shortly, so we're going to give him some time. Christina Weibo, welcome to the chat.
Acknowledge me.
And everyone here that are here, thank you so much for being here. My members, we love you. We thank you so much. Yankee Kyle, I forgot about you.
Acknowledge me.
You have been acknowledged. as we know, Christina's been gone for a week, and that's why I want to know how was her week. And it's
Yeah.
funny because when you were gone, you can actually feel your absence when you're gone.
I know, right? I didn't do any live streams for the last actually like 3 weeks because I was there for 2 weeks, and this was the first week back, and like literally exhausted. We had two big snowstorms. My heat goes in and out. Yeah, I've been having stress. So and Danny, wasn't feeling well, so we didn't go yesterday. So probably after you we will go live, Danny and I.
That's fine, and I will be there. And James was not kidding when he said go vertical. He did literally go vertical.
Yeah, and that's what. Should I go the other way?
You're sideways.
There
There you
you go.
go.
There
Oh,
you
okay.
go.
My bad.
That's what I
Somebody
said.
said
You was
I didn't hear you, but I just saw somebody in the chat said do horizontal. So I was like, okay. I think Everyday Treasure said go horizontal, so I listened to him.
Yeah.
That's why.
Horizontal is good if you
CT
have
fault.
the automatic, but if you don't have the automatic on, you're gonna be
Well,
sideways.
what's weird is when you start in vertical, I was upside down, which is so weird. So I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna work.
How you been,
Hey, I'm
James?
new at this. You know what I mean? Come on.
Hey, believe me, I feel you on that. First, I want to say I thank you for coming back out because of course, I was on your live stream.
Absolutely.
And blessings come to us in more ways than one. And I tell
Sure.
people all the time to thank God for the things that you have now, not for the things that you want, but for what you have. And so I was so honored when you said, "Hey, you want me to come up? Of course, I'm gonna have you come up."
Yeah.
And
Have you told everybody about that song?
no, as a matter
Oh.
of fact, a lot of y'all didn't know I made James a song. And do y'all want to hear the song?
Bro, I do. I want them to hear it. I think it's fire. Like the
I,
lyrics is so like it's so me. You know what I mean? Like
I
I feel like it's kind of told the story of what I've been doing over the bunch of years. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
it's a compliment. I feel like the song itself is a big compliment to me.
It is. And this is what I'm gonna show you because what I got right here is a bunch of lyrics. So I write my own music. So I have your lyrics, and I also text them to you.
Oh, really?
Yes,
That actually, I didn't get it, but I would love to have the lyrics. I was thinking about that because I want to make a video, a music video for it, but I also want the words to be playing on the bottom.
Yeah, because I got the lyrics, and
Cool.
see this. I got so many songs here, and these are just my recent ones. I write music almost every day.
Got
Every day.
skills.
Yeah, and God bless me with that,
For real.
And right now I'm also doing songs of social interest, like what's going on in this world to bring awareness to people. And
Mhm.
what did I do with your lyrics? Because I was just looking at them yesterday.
Yeah, I
And
was.
Tell you
I
what, why
was.
don't you play the song for him while you look for it?
yeah, let me play the
Then we can
song.
dance around. You can look around.
Yeah, because I thought it came out fire. I'm gonna read
Dude,
some of the
let's
comments
see what
first.
they think. Yeah, let's see what everyone in
Yeah,
the comments think.
because everybody, Everyday
It could
Treasure
just
said,
be me.
Eddie
I
and
think it's
Jen.
amazing.
Everyday Treasure said Eddie is a true musician, which is true. Yes,
Yeah.
I am a true magician. I wish I
Magician.
could.
Magician.
Everyday Treasure said, "I want an Eddie special. We are Johnson's brother." Oh, you talking about the brothers Johnson?
Bro,
Oh, you
people are
talking
gonna want to
about
be hiring
Johnson?
you to make them songs after listening to this one. No, seriously, because like, I mean, I was looking not this year, but prior to this year, I've always looked for a way to make a really good music song. And
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that AI has gotten so good that it could, I know it can help with lyrics and stuff, but that's still that doesn't help because you really have to give it the right information. But
Right.
to actually sing the song as a high quality as this song is
Right.
just is so amazing. So I can't wait for him to hear it.
Yeah, see, because I don't like to use the AI because it doesn't know your true heart.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
No, it
when I
doesn't.
write this,
You have
when
to
I
input every piece of information in there, and then even then, you still have to keep correcting it over and over and over. So,
right,
It's
So
an assistant, but it doesn't do it for you. That's for sure.
So everybody, this is the song I made for James. Let me know in the comments what you think. Now, I did not sing this. I did use AI, but I wrote all the lyrics. I also reprogrammed the music myself using some Suno, but also using my Fruity Loops, which is a Pro Tools that I have. So, and I incorporated them both together, and I came up with this. Let me know what y'all think.
Yeah. They say you gotta see it to believe it.
Yeah.
But
I should add some
sometimes
clips in there.
you gotta believe it to see it. Fact. Yeah. Lights low, hard high, step into the unknown. Echoes in the hallway, but he never walks alone. Can't see it like you do, still he moves with vision. Faith in every footstep, fear never got permission. Broken doors, cold air, shadows try to stare, but courage got a pulse and he meets it right there. Every wall got a story, every silence got a sound. When the world goes dark, that's when James looks around. They told him slow down, he said watch me rise. Different kind of sight, yeah, different kind of eyes. When the doubt gets loud, he just smiles and goes. Cause he don't chase the light, he becomes a glow. I see it different, yeah, I feel it deep. When the dark is heavy, that's where I breathe. Ain't afraid of the night, I walk right in. If it's unknown, then it's calling my name. I see it different, courage in my veins. Every haunted hall feel like home to me. If you're scared, you can stay, watch me lead. Yeah, yeah, we see it different at the fam. Brave like that, who don't back. When the lights go out, we still move, we still move. Blind exploration, but the heart got sight. Every step calculated, every chill feel right. Abandoned buildings, whisper spirits destined earth. But destiny been calling and he answered every word. Camera steady, breathe slow, truth in the moment. When fear show his face, he don't own it. He listens to the echoes, let the energy talk. Turn goosebumps into proof every time he walks. This ain't reckless, this purpose in motion. Curiosity mixed with devotion. He don't need eyes to see what's real. When you're so locked in, you know the deal. I see it different, yeah, I feel it deep. When the dark is heavy, that's where I breathe. Ain't afraid of the night, I walk right in. If it's unknown, then it's calling my name. I see it different, courage in my veins. Every haunted hall feel like home to me. If you're scared, you can stay, watch me lead. Yeah, we see it different at the fam. This for the ones they counted out. This for the quiet strength and the fearless route. When they say you can't, he say watch me go. Turn limitations into legend, let the whole world know. Fear don't live here, fear don't live here. Nah, I walk by faith, not sight, but everything's still crystal clear. I see it different, yeah, I feel it deep. Turn every chill into a memory. From the darkest rooms to the wildest claims, we uncover truth, yeah, we uncover flames. Yeah. I see it different, stand with me. If you're ready for more than what eyes can see, hit that subscribe, take the ride with me. Discover the extraordinary with the faith.
This ain't just exploration. This is vision. This is courage.
This is fam. Yeah.
I want to put that last part as part of my intro.
Uh-huh.
I said I want to put that last part as part of my intro, like I used to have.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and that's and everything I wrote in there, it describes you.
But bro,
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think in the chat? I mean,
Yeah,
is
what do
that
y'all
just
think?
crazy or what? I can't imagine him not going nuts for that. I mean, that was just the
Right.
lyrics is just crazy.
Right. Because what I had to do was I sat down, me and Jen, and we watched all your stuff, but we rewatched. And I always pay attention to your intros. I also went back on some of your old lives, some of the lives that you did with Omar, so that I can really get to know you, the person, know your personality.
You just
And
gave me a really good idea too, because remember a long time ago I used to do live streams, but after one day I would unlist them. I have hundreds of live streams that are unlisted. I need to relist all those. You just gave me a really good idea for that.
Yes, and so that's why I did that, and that's when I was like, you know what? Just by seeing how James is, and then some of the haunted places that you went to,
Mm.
Then I started
Yeah.
writing it down because
Oh
you
man, I
know,
did some crazy stuff, that's for sure. I mean, stuff that I don't think I could do today. Even
yeah,
though I was still, I'm 48 years old right now. I mean, I was getting ready to be 49 this month. But that was, 10 plus years ago. And I don't know, man. I had no I would do anything. There was nothing. If there was somebody that said this is the scariest thing in the world, no one will ever do it, I would do it. You know what I mean? Or
right,
if we're at somewhere and it got so sketchy and, like in those tunnels and everybody turned back, I would just keep going alone just because, man, I felt like when I had that camera in my hand, I was not alone. I could have
right,
never done that without a camera. And, I don't think people will ever truly understand that because if you think about it, it's just still you alone in there. But the
exactly.
fact that I had that camera rolling, it gave me all the confidence in the world to keep going and keep doing what I need because even if something bad happened to me, at least I was doing what I loved and
Hmm.
I pushed the boundaries and there would have been video of it and I would have no worries, and there was many times that I risked my life for stupid stuff that looking back at probably wasn't the smartest thing, but hey, it all
Right,
worked out. I know God always had me protected, especially, in, demonic places, because forget about, just like the whole aspect of things were super dangerous. There's people, there's animals, forget about the whole paranormal thing and demons and stuff, which could be one of the most dangerous parts of it. I mean, I had a homeless guy chase me out, run
right.
with I think he had a knife and I was running away from him. And I mean, there was some. Man, I got myself in some dangerous situations. Matter of fact, you just give me another good idea for Savage Sunday next week. I should take my 5 most dangerous moments or 5 most scariest moments and put it in one video.
You
Oh yeah.
should.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
yeah.
That
And if anybody has any good ideas, put it in the chat so I can, especially if after this is
Well, how
over, I
about the
can see
time
it.
you almost fell through the floor, almost gave everybody a heart attack?
You talking about the hospital or it was something I was doing at a barn or something?
No,
Because I
I
was
think
fell through
it was the hospital when you went up those
yeah.
crazy little stairs.
That definitely would be on there for sure. That's one of my top ones. Yeah, that
Yeah.
probably is my number one. Like
is
that's the
that
closest that ever came to dying.
is that the one where there was the I want to say the shadows that were walking
Yes,
in
same
front of
place.
me.
Yeah, it was all over
That
the national news and everything. Yeah,
that was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That was like there's.
And you
I
know what's crazy about it is the fact you did not see them,
no,
and they were
no.
right directly in front of you.
No, well, that's the thing. Man. I'm so blind, I can't see anything, anyways, and that's what makes everything 10 times more dangerous for me than other people. Is the
Right,
fact that I can easily fall through a hole. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I went this. There was one time I made a video with Omar. I can't
right.
remember. We are in an abandoned something. It might have been a hospital or something, but there was a room, and I walked in the room, and as soon as I walked in the room, Omar's like, "Bro," I'm like, "What?" He goes, how did you get in there? I'm like, I walked. And he goes, look. And I tell you, you know how you have a door entrance, say it's like this?
Uh-huh.
3/4 of it had a hole that went down like 25 feet. I had to basically rub my shoulder to the right of the door to walk in, and I never looked down. I don't know how I didn't fall in that thing. Like it was only God that could have actually saved me. Because if you look at it, I need to
Hmm.
find that video. I have no idea which video it is, but I'm telling you that was one of the most sketchiest things that almost happened that I only God could have saved me from. I'm telling you,
You know what
especially when you see it.
you should re-upload that video too when you find it.
I gotta find it. Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
idea what video it is. I just know it was an abandoned place that Omar and I did, so it must have been 5+6+ years ago. But yeah,
And
crazy, crazy.
my wife is there in the chat. Hello, babe. I love
What's
you.
up, Jen?
So
Hi,
if you ever
Jen.
happen to
Hey,
see
shout out to Tony and Manny. Where they at? Are they in the back
right
there?
here,
Yo, what's
that
up, boys? Yeah,
yeah,
I
they were
just
saying
noticed you
hi.
guys. I just
They,
noticed they were in the background.
they were saying hi to you earlier when I introduced you.
Oh, what's up, boys? Hey, my bad. I didn't even. My vision is so bad, and all of a sudden I put my face close. I'm like, oh, they sitting right there.
Yeah, and
Yo, I
Coach
can't
was
wait to come there and hang out with you guys, man. We're gonna go do some fun stuff when I
oh
get there.
yeah, and we're gonna take you to a park. Okay,
Okay.
it's nothing haunted or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll tell you that right now. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when you go to this park, you're gonna want to record this because there's no
Okay.
other park like this park in the world.
Got
None.
you. Hey, I'm
And
not quitting. I'm not quitting haunted videos. It's just I'm not going. I'm not concentrating on demonic stuff. And to be honest with you, I want to spread light and the darkness. And I feel like some of my videos teetered on darkness, and that definitely not something I want to do. I mean, I want to spread love and kindness, and man, especially in the world where we have just so much evil. I mean, true evil. And you know what's crazy is going back a few years ago, especially
Mhm.
during COVID, I got really messed up mentally because I went down a rabbit hole of what people considered conspiracy theories until recently when a lot of stuff has been made public that it actually is true. And nobody would really, I even tried to do a couple live streams and people are like, James, you really can't talk about things like that. And that's really crazy. But like I had such a man, the evil in this world, especially that controls us, is so bad. It's so evil. People have no idea. And anything I can do to shed light, that's what I'm all about. I
And
mean, I
that's
don't
why
care
you're
if I
here.
make no money. I care, that's why, like, Omar has been re-uploading all his old videos, making, not getting a lot of views, but he's making really good money because he's uploading a lot of old videos. He said, "Why don't I do that?" And I just told him I had a conviction not to just be doing that because I want to do something better. And even though I could have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month by doing that, I don't feel it's right.
Right.
That's just my own conviction. But
Right, because it makes you feel like you're deceiving the public, because you're not, that was then and this is now.
absolutely. I mean, especially with spirit box and talking to the dead, something I never should have done. I mean, I still to this day, I can't figure out a lot of things that I'm trying to figure out and except knowing that is demonic. Just like alien stuff, through certain experiences, I realized that there is some kind of correlation with
Mhm.
aliens and demonic beings.
Right.
And that's a whole story for another day. We could do a whole video on that one. But the fact that there, files are getting released that aliens are out there, and then all of a sudden, the last couple of years, I've heard a lot of people talking about aliens and demons being the same. And this is something I've spoken out years ago after experience that I had when I was up north, where we actually saw a real alien
Mhm.
in the flesh. Just something. It was a crazy thing. We could talk about that if you want, but
Oh yeah,
yeah,
but
it's
we
nuts.
can talk about whatever you want. I just want to
Oh,
read
whatever
from
they
the
want, whatever
yeah. Somebody in
Well,
here.
James, I have to tell you, I started watching you. You weren't so deep into the paranormal yet. You were really doing
Yeah,
more like
dumpster
kind of urban
diving, vlogs.
exploring,
Oh yes,
dumpster. Oh, the urban exploring is
that's what I
really.
love. That's what I have
Oh yeah.
passion for. And you know what happened with that, right? I ended up getting arrested 3 times in about 6 months, and I couldn't get a fourth one, or else it'd be habitual. I could go to prison. So that's when I had kind of done, because I always said I'm not a ghost hunter. I've always said that since the very beginning. I wasn't a ghost hunter, but then after that, I had to, there was not as many places to go. I had to
Yeah.
go to haunted hotels or known haunted places, and then it just kind of shifted that way. But I never wanted it to be like that. I
Right.
don't. I feel like man,
Right.
especially with demon stuff. I mean, that's just nothing to mess with. It's real. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's bad. It's so evil. People don't
Right.
get how evil it is, and a lot of
Now,
people have been captured with that. You know what I
now,
mean?
now I will tell you this. I do not but I
Do
do
do do, and we all do.
I,
Yes.
I I do spirit box
I
sessions.
know. I know.
Um, there's times that I'll go to a cemetery. Now, first of all, there's a lot of times we do them all during the day
Mhm.
because I tell people because I've been doing this for over 20. I and my wife we've been doing this over 20 something years,
Oh yeah.
and I tell
No,
people
there's
that
something supernatural to it, 100%. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
not
um,
always, but I've experienced so many things, just like I'm sure you have, that there's no coincidence that certain things get said. And
exactly.
I've had full blown conversations on the spirit box before. My reason about it
Hmm.
is the fact that I cannot decipher whether I'm speaking to a family member or a demon,
Right.
even
You
though
don't
they
know
may
that.
know everything. They may answer questions that only that family member would know, but
Hmm.
I'm not convinced that that's what I mean. The devil is the ultimate deceiver,
Right.
Mhm.
you know?
That's very true. But when I take my boys and I do the spirit box sessions, one of the things that we do that I don't show on camera is we do a prayer first because there's a
So,
lot of people that's not in the prayer.
right. I
So,
get it.
I want to respect people, and so that part we cut out.
And you know
Yeah.
what? That was the same thing when Omar and I. We used to do a lot of praying, but we wouldn't put it in our videos until after a while we started doing that. But
Mhm.
we kind of did the same thing just because I feel like it's super important. If you are going to mess with these things, some people say crystals and holy water. That stuff is nothing compared to the power of God, the power of
Right,
prayer. Prayer
right.
is a million times stronger than any crystal on earth.
Yes, me and Jim, we've got so many kinds of crystals. We even consult with
Me
Christina
too. I,
all
I
the
went
time.
into all that.
So,
I mean,
yeah, but see, if you don't believe, okay, in that man upstairs, okay,
mhm,
no crystal in the world is going to help you. You have to have some kind of faith within yourself and know what you are doing, okay?
mhm.
And when I'm speaking to the dead, I always let them know that I'm here out of love and light. I mean no disrespect to you, because you got to remember this. The way you are in life, you're going to leave the same way in death. So if you were nice and polite and everything in life, you're going to be the same way in death. But if you were mean and hateful and nasty in
Mm,
life, you're going to be mean, hateful, and nasty in death too.
it's true.
You don't change. You do not change. And so I take the boys, you know, and a lot of people used to get on my case about that, saying, your boys with special needs, they don't need to be around that, da, da, da. I tell them, look, first of all, number one, I'm not bringing anything into my house that's not paying me rent. Okay.
Mhm.
And I always let the spirits know when I close out that session, I say, you cannot follow me home or you can't pay, or you have to pay rent. I'm letting them know right off the rip. Okay.
Yeah.
My
I'll make
boys
that
get
clear.
cleansed. They get cleansed constantly because of them being susceptible, you know.
Mm,
So
mhm.
they're cleansed constantly, So we take the precautionary measures, but we like to also have fun with it. So when I'm talking to spirits, you gotta remember they were people at one place with time. So I like to tell a little joke.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm the quirky one. Jen
Mm,
is the serious one. So Jen will be asking serious questions, stuff like that. Then I'll ask something like really off the top, and say, "Hey, spirits, can you see me smiling?" Or
mm.
something like that, just to
Yeah.
see
Yeah. Yeah.
if I can get a rise. And there's times that I'll get on my spirit box and they go, ha, 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 which means they're laughing, you know.
Yeah. I've
And so
seen
that's what
that.
I want to do. I want to make them laugh, because they were people at one time. You
Right.
know, and so we treat them with respect. There's places that we go, we get nothing but hits because they know who we are now, and we come respectful. And so does the boys. They say hello.
Hmm.
We leave, they say goodbye, and then we go on our merry way. So I just tell people like I don't use Ouija boards, none of that stuff. You don't need that. You're conjuring stuff then.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna bring nothing like that in my home. Otherwise, Jenna kicked me out.
Right.
You So,
Hey, I never planned to bring anything like that home either. You know what I mean?
hmm
But it ended up happening at least one time for sure that I know of. But
oh yeah, we have things here, and I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie to you, but they're good things. There's nothing bad at all.
Yeah.
So because you can feel the energy, and that's like when people meet us, they can feel the good energy in us, and
Oh, for sure.
we've had people tell us that they're like, man, you guys have a glow about yourself, and that's
Absolutely.
because we always pay
And
love
it
forward.
attracts the right people too.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's why I told Omar this. I said, God bring good people together for a reason.
No, absolutely.
So when I never met Omar, but I've seen him on, he made me a mod on his channel,
Hmm.
and we've texted a few times, DM'd each other, and he seemed like a really cool dude, and I'll keep
Hmm.
thinking, I would love to sit down and just have a conversation with him and just pick his brain on a lot of stuff and nothing, not even about the paranormal. I know that he's in the real estate and stuff like that, and I have a nephew that's into the same thing. And so I just like to sit down and break bread with him and just have a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, he also likes to show love, just like you. You like to show love. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was the fact that you had changed your life around. from when you used to be. And now you invite Christ into you more.
Hmm.
So let me ask you this. What happened that drew that to you to where you was like, you know what? I got to take a step back
Right, right. Well,
and know myself.
I've always been that way. Personally, to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know this sounds really strange, but I feel like God gave me this platform for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the reason wasn't what I was doing, but there's a greater purpose that He has planned. Um, but I would probably say just a couple experiences that I had. I think it really changed when after I went to Bobby Mackey's. I've told this story a bunch of times, but when I went to Bobby Mackey's, there was some type of attachment that I got. I didn't realize it until, after a few weeks. Everyone kept saying it to me, but they've always said things like that to me. But it was just so many things were going wrong in my life. So many things were breaking around me. I mean, literally, I visited that place, and within 24 hours, my cell phone broke. My ex-girlfriend's laptop literally broke right in front of us. It started blinking different colors and went zzz, right in front of us. Matter of fact, as soon as we left that place, right before we had left on that trip, we had signed a lease on our first house together, and we were so excited. Gave them the deposit, and literally within about 15 minutes of us leaving there, we got a call from the owner saying that they can't lease it to us anymore. We're gonna have to refund us. So the place that thought we were coming back to home, now we have no place to go. And that was just the beginning. That's just the first 24 hours. Things just kept happening. And then about a month and a half later or so, things just, I was fighting with people, and I wasn't myself. And everybody said that I needed to go see this lady. And I didn't know much about it, but I was like, whatever, I'll entertain it. And I go there and I bring my camera and tripod and stuff. And I was so freaked out that I forgot to record anything, which is crazy for me because I always record stuff. But
Right.
I got there, and first thing she told me was, I want to just ease your mind and let you know that you did have a very strong demonic being connected to you, but it's no longer there. And I'm like, okay. She goes on to say that because of God, and she gives all credit to, Lord Jesus Christ for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But her and a friend got together and they had a bunch of crystals, and I don't know what. I wish I had recorded it so I could remember exactly what they said, but they did some type of, I guess you would call it seance, but maybe just they spoke words and prayed to Jesus, and did something with crystals and whatever. And I'm thinking this lady's crazy, right? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
this lady's nuts. Well, after a while, and again, I walked in, she just started talking. We just started having this conversation. So I wish I had this recorded. But she goes on to tell me, they were able to get rid of it and everything. And I'm like, okay, this lady's crazy, but it's all good. And then all of a sudden it dinged on me. I'm like, you know what? I remember something that happened about a week and a half prior. So I decided to kind of test her. And I'm like, do you, because okay, first of all, when I got there, I felt like whatever had been following me was gone. I was convinced. So I felt like I didn't even have to go. But
Mm-hmm.
I went anyways. Anyhow, the reason I thought that was because 2 weeks, but a week and a half prior, my ex-girlfriend at the time, she went out of town and she had just returned, and she picked me up, and we were gonna go stay at this cabin for a couple of days. And she picks me up, and we're at the gas station, and I see her pumping gas, and she was on her phone. And I don't know what came over me, but I just had this rage come over me. And like, why are you on your phone? What are you doing? You looking on Instagram? Who are you talking to? And she's like, what? Nothing. And whatever. I got so mad. I got out of the car, started walking down the sidewalk. She picks me up, and we start driving, and I get so hysterical, like emotionally, that I can't even breathe. I'm going, I've never had this happen in my life. And I literally, you know how they say take a bag? I literally tried to breathe in a bag. just crazy. She's like, your blood pressure must be so high right now. I'm taking you to the hospital. I'm like, no, no, no. Finally, she convinced me to at least have my blood pressure tested. So we went to CVS, put my arm in the cup. It was pretty elevated. So she's like, I'm taking you to the hospital. I'm still, I can't breathe. I just like, everything was going wrong. I don't know. I was having a complete mental breakdown, and I've never had that happen. And there was no reason for it. So
Right.
anyhow, we get to the hospital about 45 minutes to an hour, about an hour later. And as soon as we get to the hospital, I open the car door. I walked out of the car, and it's as if whatever it was completely gone. I even looked over to Chelsea at the time, and I'm like, we don't have to go in anymore. I'm fine. She's like, yeah, right. I'm like, no, I literally feel completely fine. She's like, no, we're already here. We're going. I'm like, okay, but I'm fine. We go in there. They do some tests. Within 20 minutes, they're like, you're fine. And we left. So that was just such a crazy thing that happened to me. So anyhow, fast forward a week and a half later, I felt like whatever it is was gone. And I didn't at first put two and two together, but I decided to ask her, hey, when did you guys do this? If you're successful to be able to get whatever demonic attachment was on me away, when was this? They know, and they knew exactly when it was. She was like, it was last Wednesday, let's just say, for example. And I'm like, whoa, last Wednesday was that day that thing happened to me. And then I'm like, do you have any idea what time like you started, what time you ended? She's like, yeah, I know exactly what time it was because I had to go pick somebody up or something she had to go do. And she told me a time, like, let's say it was around 8:45. And I kid you not, I open my phone up, I scroll, because when we got to the hospital, I texted my mom and just told her I was at the hospital because like I think my blood pressure is acting up. I kid you not, it was 8:44, like a minute before, because I had gotten out of the car a minute later, which is exactly 8:45. And it's like as if I had something. I could breathe. It's so hard to explain. Mentally, it was physical too. It's as if my body, something was fighting itself, and literally they started exactly at the time I was at that gas station because they said it took 45 minutes or like whatever it was, and it literally was the exact time spot where this thing started, and exactly I just got out of the car and it was gone exactly when they said it. That it was not a coincidence. The fact that she said it was prayer, it was all Jesus, praying to Jesus, and I don't know what else with the crystals and everything, and her and the other guy. Like again, I wish I knew because I feel like other people suffer from this, and I wish I could help with that. But whatever it is they did, it was legit. It was legit, and from then on, I knew that. Before that, I thought paranormal and even demon stuff, like it was dangerous, but it really wasn't dangerous. It couldn't touch me because I love Jesus and Jesus loves me, and I know that nothing can get to me. But I was wrong, and I when I went to Bobby Mackey's, I didn't pray before I went there. I didn't pray afterwards, and I even told myself I was going to because. That was the only one place, because I told Omar to come with me. That was the only one place in the entire United States that he refused to go to, but I decided to go, and look what ended up happening. Crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but that's what really changed it. That's when I knew that, like, the devil is real, demons are real, God is real, Jesus is real. Like it's not make believe. It's real. I mean. There's no other explanation. You can't just have something like that happen as a coincidence and it's not real.
Right. Now, somebody asked me a question, or I think his name was Ripid, and he said, as a matter of fact, I'm looking at it now. I had to scroll up. I have a question. You give someone CPR, do you think something bad could come back with that person and attach to you? Now, my answer to that
I don't think so.
is I don't think so, but if the person already had a negative energy with him,
but that itself, I don't think can cause it. Yeah.
Right. I was gonna say that's plausible.
But
but it's not impossible.
But mentally, though, going through something like that, people do say they see things. They could come out of it a different person because of what they saw or whatever. That's something I couldn't answer. But as far as having like getting an attachment, I don't believe. No, I don't believe that's how it works.
Right. And then my wife summed it up too. She said it can if you're open to the spirit world, but most of the time those spirits are attached to that person for a reason. So if you're doing a spirit box, if a spirit's going to attach to you, it's going to attach to you.
Tell you
Okay.
one more thing, just because you reminded me real quick. I think a lot of it also has to do with one thing, okay? And this is, you guys should take this very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
If the most dangerous time to go mess with spirits is when you yourself, your personal self, you're in a dark place or you're in a negative place. Because let me tell you, that's how things get attached to you. People wonder, how could something attach to you? I'm going to tell you how. If you go in there, you're praying, you go in there full of positive energy, I guarantee you there is nothing that can touch you, okay? They might try, which happened to me once on a bridge, but nothing can connect to you. But if you go in and you are not in a good place mentally, or you're being very negative, that's when it happens. Like, for example, I was one of the first people that got invited to go see the real Annabelle doll at the Ed and Lorraine Warren's house. And I got to go inside there, and the craziest thing happened because I went into the room that had all the demonic and all the haunted items, and I stood right in front of the Annabelle doll. And all of a sudden, I had to throw up. And I literally ran out and I projectile vomited, okay? Now, I put this video out, but I actually cut out most of myself throwing up because it was really gross. But I wish I left it in there just for people to see, because I wasn't sick before that, but I'm standing in front of it. All of a sudden, I got to throw up. I ran outside. I come back in a few minutes later. I'm in front of it again. Within a minute, again, I ran outside. I had to projectile vomited. I go back in for a third time, like 30 minutes later. Swear to God, I'm in front of it. I got to throw up. I run out. I'm holding my mouth, like throw, like complete, like that. That doesn't just happen because I'm standing in one spot. It wasn't because I was just sick, and it was just, it was only when I was standing in front of that thing. Now, another thing, I knew that at the time I was in a good place mentally, and spiritually, but that thing was so negative, or was trying so hard to attach to me. I feel like that was me rejecting whatever was trying to get to me.
Right.
I know that doll is truly like, I've been in front of Robert the doll. That thing is nothing compared to the Annabelle doll. The Annabelle doll is the real freaking deal. And rest in peace, my good friend when I was up there that I had met, who was actually, friends with the Warrens and stuff, and he actually died on a road trip with that doll just this last year, which was,
wow.
I'm trying to remember what his name was. I'm sure somebody here knows. Dan something.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he died when the Annabelle was on a road trip. I think it was happening in New Orleans, possibly, or something like that. But that was a sad situation. But that doll is not a joke. I mean, when they talk about haunted dolls and like, oh, it's just one of those, TV things, or just, no, that thing legit. And then they bring it around the country. If people pay money to go see it, I would never pay money to go see that thing. I would never want to see that thing anyways.
No.
It's not going to give you anything good, that's for sure.
Yeah. And you know what people don't understand? Like, they say, oh, I don't believe dolls can be haunted. I said, well, if I can get an attachment, if something can attach to me, it can attach to a doll.
100%. And I never thought that was true either. I never believed that.
I said, but the whole thing is, some of the things you can't believe. Like, if the doll doesn't have eyes, it's not going to open up and it's going to have eyes. No. I mean, but a spirit can attach to any item, your keys, and that's why it's so important to do, like you said, pray and cleanse everything, whatever you believe, because the more you believe it, the more, and you give the things intentions, because a lot of people go, I have all these crystals. I go, yeah, what does each one do?
Yeah, I
And
don't
they try to pull
know.
out a book or something. I go, did you tell the crystal you wanted it to do that? They're like, what do you mean tell the crystal? I go, it's energy. You take that crystal, you put your energy in it, and you tell the crystal what you want it to do. Otherwise, it's just a decoration, like
Mm,
anything else that you put in your house,
mm-hmm.
because you didn't give it any intention. Um,
And
you
also,
know,
it's hard for me to really know the truth whether something like the line between something being spiritual as a good thing and being witchcraft as an evil thing is the line is so thin. I
Yeah.
don't know sometimes if one thing is actual evil witchcraft or if it's positive energy, and that's dangerous when you don't know the difference.
Yeah, it's
Or
very
you know what?
it could mean either one or
right.
both, maybe
You,
even.
you know what it is? I always say to people, if you have good intentions, so good intentions, and you just
Yeah, a lot of that
like,
might be that. That could be true.
you know, you can, if you have a person that's mean and grumpy and you know, and tries to do even a nice spell, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, it's gonna get messed up because you're not in the right place,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
Everything, this
That
whole
could be
world
true. That could be true.
runs on your energy and your intentions. And if you have bad intentions or have
Hmm.
bad energy, that's what's going to be put out into the world. And, you know, so
Yeah.
Hey,
um,
I want
it's
to say
important
hello to a few
that-
people real quick.
to make
Uh,
sure that you're in the right mindset when you do any of this. And then
Hmm.
I have one question from the chat for you. Um, one of the I think it was I Marie asked if she has a paranormal channel where she teaches, it's like a learning paranormal
Hmm.
channel, and she wants to know if she could take little excerpts of your videos
Hmm.
to use on her channel, so as
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Anybody can
learn
use.
what to
Anybody
do
can
or
use.
what
Yeah.
not to do.
Sure. Yeah. I have no problem with that. What were you saying before, Eddie? But yeah, no problem.
yeah, I just want to say hello to a few people that came in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tippa TV, thank you so much for being here. Missed you, long time no see, and I'm hoping that your heart is doing okay.
Acknowledge me.
Michelle Wolfang,
Acknowledge me.
KJ Paranormal.
Acknowledge me.
Actually, that's KJ Down Under Paranormal. And then there was one more, Rip It. Thank you for your question.
Acknowledge me.
And if I've missed anybody, I do apologize. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you also, Christina, for being here. I really do
Thank you, honey.
appreciate it. And thank you for answering her question. If you guys have any questions for James, please feel free to put them in. I'll try to catch it. I know Christina's catching it. My wife is catching it. So put your question in there and we will ask James.
Yeah. I
This is
can't
the
see the
time.
chat while I'm on here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all good. We're seeing it for you. We're your eyes. Put it like that. We are going to be your eyes. So that way, if we see a question for you, and like I said, there's a few people that's in here that you know are special needs, and that's why I'm trying to build a special needs community that wants to learn about whether it's the paranormal or music or anything, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why we go all under and over.
It's a
And
place to love. That's what
ex-
everyone's accepted, no matter your color, no matter your political beliefs, no matter what it is.
exactly, you're
They're all
accepted
welcome.
here.
Everyone's welcome.
Yeah, not only are you accepted here, you're accepted with James the fam. You're
Yep.
also accepted with Christina and son. And there's a few more everyday treasures.
Christina,
Michigander man is another one.
Rob, yeah,
Acknowledge me.
those
So
are all
yeah,
my
Yeah.
OG fams right there.
Yeah.
yes, and these are
10+ years.
I couldn't believe when I went on your live stream and I put the member, because I had the member thing, and I'm like
Wait, this is
83
Christine. This is
months.
Christine. Christina.
yes.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was you. Okay. Okay. I know you
Thanks,
look
James.
familiar, but what I can't really see that good unless I really look really close. I mean, this for me to really see the screen to see you, I have to be like this.
Yeah,
That's
we have
how
to
close I
really
have
be
to be able
looking
to
into
see.
your eyes.
I'm
Justin
like the whole time
Chitler.
I'm like I know who this is, but I can't think of who it is. Then I'm like Christina, something. No kidding, duh.
We
So
Oh,
have
dumb.
we
So
have a
dumb.
yeah.
That's my
Now,
vision though. That's my vision problem.
Yep.
There's a new person here, Justin Chitwood. Thank you so much for being here.
Acknowledge me.
And he says, I watch all of his videos. He watches all of your videos, James.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
Hey,
that.
and
Did you see
keep
the video
watching.
I did with Christina Sun and Ghost Squad in New York?
I sure did.
Yeah.
That's an
Now
OG video right there. We did not have like we made something out of nothing in that video. I'll tell you. 'Cause there was not
and
much. There was not much there, but that was during. You know what? That's crazy. That was during the time after I had went to Bobby Mackey's. So
right.
she saw me.
Yes.
She knew you remember all like how I was and things
Yep.
weren't right with me.
We
Remember
did.
how I was acting and how I was?
Yeah, we did
Tell
the
me what you
prayer
think.
things. We did the prayer things,
Right? I remember
and
that.
there were so many disembodied voices, like
Mhm.
in that video.
There was something that ran right in front of us or behind us. I remember that.
It ran in front of us. I ended up taking that home, James.
I was
I
hoping
don't
that
know.
was whatever demonic being was attached to me left
Yeah.
because that's when I was realizing that something was attached to me.
Yeah,
Yep.
but yours stayed with you. That thing that came running got caught in my black tourmaline necklace, was glowing when I got home.
No
My
way.
ex at the time was like, "What the fuck is in your necklace?" It was freaking glowing. The aura, whatever it did, got stuck in my necklace. And thanks to that night, I ended up learning how to cross over spirits so I could get rid of,
Oh wow.
help them
Hey,
or
hey,
get rid of them or
how's
however
Seth,
you want to say it.
how's Seth been, by the way? What's he up
Huh?
to? Wait, not Seth. That's Lynn. That's Lynn's son.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's he
Yeah.
been?
He's been good. Right now he's in his room looking for
Okay.
another job. He was working for the Parks Department for a good while, but
Oh wow.
now,
Tell him I
things are
said
tough.
hello.
I will.
It's
We're
good.
gonna I might be moving anyway to Minnesota within the next little
Man,
bit.
why don't you move
So
somewhere that's warm?
Where there's
you
less
know what it
violence.
is? Because right now I'm seeing a guy who's in Canada.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm not ready to give up my
I got you.
citizenship and go to Canada.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Minnesota,
Makes
we could
sense.
go over the border because it's only 3 hours.
Gotcha. Yeah, that
Hey,
makes sense.
and ask Danny, is Canada dry?
Definitely not.
I'm
Right
just
now,
joking.
there's so much snow on the floor. Canada is not dry.
Hey, James, there's another one that's here. Davros is in the
Oh,
house.
Davros is here.
Oh my
Acknowledge.
Yes.
God.
Davros.
Davros.
And Davros was there. Davros was there with me too during that time, and
Yeah.
Davros got to see it. As a matter of fact, craziest thing ever happened. We get in his car, and I'm telling you, this is how bad like my juju was. I literally go to open up his car door, and in his car, the door handle breaks. And then we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, our hotel room, which is doors open, the dog Pumpkin started barking crazy, and a bottle of water fell off the shelf all by itself. So he
Wow.
saw that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Talk about thirsty.
Yeah, he hung out with us for like he went to a bunch of states with us. We had a really good time with Davros. He's good people. We
We've
stayed in the
always
he's
I
good
haven't
people.
seen Davros for so long. We've
Me
always loved
neither.
Davros.
I don't know. What's up, Davros? I can't see the chat, but I'm sure you're putting something funny in there.
Yeah,
He said, "Oh, I
Davros.
forgot you broke my door handle."
Yeah, how did you forget that? But I didn't do anything to break it though. It's literally I just touched it and it broke. It was the weirdest thing.
That's crazy. There's a person named Infirm Nadia. Says, "What's up, James? Long
What's up,
time
Nadia?
viewer. Yep, long time viewer of you and Omar."
Oh,
So
that's awesome. I appreciate
want to
it.
get that out there. Um, so I want to also ask you, now that you're going to be making your return back,
Mm-hmm.
what you got coming up, or you don't know yet? You want to keep everybody in a secret?
Well, I do know I'm going to be doing a very epic live stream where I'm going to be going out on a boat in the middle of the night in the Everglades with a bunch of swamp puppies, alligators. We're going to go searching for pythons. We're going to go try to catch some
Really?
pythons. Yes, in the middle of the Everglades at night with all kind of animals, snakes, gators all over the place. We're gonna have a lot of. I'm gonna have to figure out how to wear something where all the mosquitoes don't get me because they're horrible out there. I mean, just the worst you've ever experienced. But that's
I've
going to be
heard.
a really cool live stream. I'm excited to do for sure.
I've heard that it's horrible there. You know what's funny is oh, those are nice. I'm sorry, my daughter just showed me a pair of Skechers. Let me see. My daughter showed me this pair of Skechers. Look at these.
Skechers.
These are nice for
Yeah,
Skechers.
those are nice. Yeah, I like those. Those look like
Oh.
Nike. Those look like the Nike. I forget what they're called. The old shoot, like the Sean Weatherspoon type ones.
Yeah.
Good.
I just got a pair of Skechers too. Desi, look.
They're not cheap
Look,
anymore though.
Christina got them too.
You used to be able to get
Barcode.
Skechers for like $40. How much are them? It's like 80, 100?
Where'd you get
Yeah.
them from, Christina?
Indiana. When I went to visit my daughter.
Because now she's seen the glitter on it. She's like, oh my God, they glitter.
All of it is sparkly diamonds. Let me tell you.
By the way, Dave,
Adorable.
Yeah, those look dope.
And by the
What
way,
is
that
it,
was
about
my
125 bucks, 150?
No, I got them in this cheapy store in Indiana. They're probably last year's model.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they were like $59.
Yeah, that's good.
and by the way, that's our daughter Des.
Hey, who remembers these?
Yeah.
Remember these as a kid? Okay, anybody remember those? You
Dude,
can
they
see the
still
color
make
in the
We
thing?
those.
still have those. They're just fancier nowadays.
Hey, I haven't seen any, since I was a kid until I found this one.
Everyday Treasure said, tell them Davros and I said, great idea.
I saw Everyday Treasures on that trip too.
They're taking a blind man
That was before.
alligator hunting.
Yes.
Yeah. But now
Hey,
when you
hey,
come
have you
when you
guys ever
come
seen
back
the-
from Florida, I think when I go to Minnesota, it's not so far from you. Maybe we're gonna have to take
Yeah, not far.
yeah.
Come on. But have you guys ever seen the video I did at Gatorland where I was in the kayak in gator infested waters and I fell out of the kayak?
I don't think I've seen that one.
See, I should re-upload that. It didn't get a lot of
You
views,
should,
but
because, right.
I literally was. Have you ever heard of what's his name? Shoot, I can't remember his name. He was a guy that had a reptile. He was real famous in the animal.
Oh, you're talking about Steve Irwin.
No. He goes to Gatorland. He used to go to. He passed away of cancer just a couple years ago, and his son took over his channel. But he used to
I know
go
who
to
you're talking
Gatorland all
about.
the time. No, I can't remember. Anyways, he was there. He came to try to rescue me. I literally I'm in it. I lost my paddle, and I'm paddling, and I lost it, and I was reaching to grab the paddle, and I fell in. Now there's gators everywhere, and the guy ran to come save me, and I'm running out of the water. He hits me, and I go flying backwards. I'm like, he's trying to save me, and it was freezing cold too. Yo, that was the craziest video. You got to see that.
You're gonna re-upload that?
I should.
I think you should.
Look up the fam in Gatorland. I've been there a couple times, but it'd be a thumbnail of me falling off a boat, off a little kayak. Yeah.
A thumbnail of you falling
He's
off.
gonna have to put that in his you gotta do a top 10 of the times that you've fallen, you know?
Yeah.
That-
I'm gonna see if I can find it right quick here.
Davros said the guy that lost the albino alligator. I remember that guy.
I can't believe I can't remember his name.
You know what? Everyday
Here's the
Treasure.
video. It's called "My Boat Sank in Gatorland's Gator Pond." Hold on, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. That way, if you guys
put it
want
in.
you
Yeah,
can
put
copy
it in
it
the
or
chat.
something.
Put
It
it in the
doesn't.
chat.
It was 8 years ago. It got 65,000 views, but yeah, I should 100% redo that. Let me see what his name was while I'm looking on here because I can't believe I'm embarrassed. I can't remember his name.
And Everyday Treasures just actually said a question I wanted to ask you a while back too. So I'm gonna wait till you put the link in first.
Oh, I didn't put his channel. It's weird. Okay, here we go. This should work. All right, let me know if you guys got it.
Yep, I got it right here.
Okay.
And
There,
you know what?
you guys can click on that and then come right back to the live stream and watch it later. That way you have the link saved if you guys want to watch
Right.
it.
Yep. So click on that and then come back to the live stream. But then after the live stream, go by, check that out, and then make sure you comment. Please comment what you saw.
Yeah, I'll check the comments in there for sure.
Now I got another question for you because Everyday Treasures brought this up.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever met Adam the Woo?
No, I never met Adam the Woo.
Because I know he's from Celebration, Florida.
From Florida, yep. And you would have think too, like maybe I would have bumped into him or something, but no, I never got to meet him. I was always told good things about him from people that did.
Yeah.
You know, I filmed with a lot of people that have filmed with him before, but I never got to actually film with him personally.
He was
Very
the
very sad story with him.
Yeah, he was he was my inspiration. He was the one that I wanted to, I started watching his videos, and then he
Yeah, I
was the
never
one
watched his videos before until after he passed. It's
and
sad.
it's sad.
Very
And
sad.
and you know what? He was my inspiration. Because I always told my boys that they can do anything in life they want to do. Don't just dream about it, but be about it.
Yeah.
But then I thought to myself, but how am I gonna be a leader if I don't do it myself? You
True.
know? And so I started doing YouTube. Believe me, if I go to my old videos, they are quirky. It makes me laugh. I'm like, oh my God, I was horrible. But as time progressed, I got better. And I became an inspiration, but you inspired my son Cody.
Mm.
Because my son Cody is semi-blind.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Where's Cody?
He was
Hanging
just
out.
in here. I think he went to his. Oh, there he is. Here
What
he
up,
comes
Cody?
right now. Here he comes right here.
What's up, homie?
Hey, Cody.
It's good, bro.
He, you are his inspiration.
Man, I can't wait to come hang out with you, man. We're gonna have a good time.
So that's why I always try to lead by example.
Yeah.
Oh, and I try to be as positive as I can. So what you see on here and everybody here,
Oh, absolutely.
when you see us, we're the same way outside of here.
Real knows real, you know.
Right. We're the same way.
I've met a lot of people that are in this chat, and everybody could tell you I'm the same goofy son of gun that I am, on here as in person, if not even more goofier in person. But
I bet you
I'm
are.
literally the exact the same. I've never not been the same. I'm just me, which is so easy for me to do because I don't have to try.
Right.
You know.
Right. And you know what?
I said I have to meet James one more time because I met him. He had that attachment.
Mm.
So I have to meet him one more time now.
That's true. Yeah, I was in a dark place then.
But now you see the light, and that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
see, these are all learning experiences. When we go through these things, we go through them so that we know what mistakes not to make.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you happen to do it again, then it wasn't a mistake in the first place. So some people, they put themselves in the situations that they're in, and those self-inflicted wounds can heal if you let them. See, what happened to you, our good friend Lou Rock was in that same.
Oh yeah.
He was in that same thing, and he stopped because of it.
Yep.
And that's our boy right there.
And he had a crazy experience.
Yes, he had.
Very similar, similar to mine, like just as crazy as my situation.
Yeah, and we love Lou Rock.
Lou was with me when I was around that Annabelle doll. He witnessed how bad I was throwing up. He was there.
That's wow.
Yeah.
That had to be an experience. I would
Lou
never.
and Mama Rock, they're such good people. Such genuinely good people.
We love them. We love them.
Me too. Me too. I haven't seen them in a. I used to go there at least once or twice a year and spend some time there. I haven't got to.
Lou.
I haven't talked to them either in a while. I need to hit them up.
Lou goes live a lot on Facebook.
Okay.
But they always treat us like family. Mama Rock, they always treated us good, and it's hard to believe it's been 8 years that we've known them now.
Yeah, and that's how they are. They're legit.
Yeah, and like I said, God bring people together for a reason. And the way I met Lou Rock was just crazy because I met him through. There's somebody that a lot of people here are going to disagree with, or even me saying her name, but I'm going to say it anyway. Her name was Patty Adams. Okay, and
you want to know something crazy about her?
What's that?
So I was up there around them, and I was always very, very good to her. Almost, whatever. Anyhow, I went to go film a video one night with this guy. What was his name from the Urban Boys? What are their names?
Oh, wait a minute. You talking about Joey C?
Uh,
Urban Ghost, Urban Exploration?
yeah. So it was like the first time I filmed with him, and right before I left, I had called Patty and told her, "Hey, they found out that they have access to this. It's a old wedding chapel, complete with all kind of stuff." And the
Mm-hmm.
guy, whatever. And she said, "Oh, okay." So, anyways, I went and filmed a video there with him and his brother that night, and one other guy, and next night, or 2 days later, we put out our video, and we put out our video that night. And the next morning, I found out we all had warrants for our arrest. And apparently, somebody found the number to the owner of the establishment and said that people broke in last night and went in and stole and did a bunch of damage to your stuff. And that owner of that place happened to know the sheriff, and the sheriff was able to get warrants issued for our arrest. And we never found out who it was until after I found out there was a guy named, who was real good friends with Omar. His name was Boomer. His name was Jonathan. And he finally admitted one night that he was with Patty that night, and Patty was the one that called the cops and set us up to get arrested.
Hmm.
And then she went to war with Omar, and they did some really nasty, just foul things, and it was horrible because we considered them like family. And her daughter, I loved Heather. She's really good people, and I didn't blame her at all. And their aunt was really nice, but yeah, that's the story. And I never really I never I never dropped a dime on her. You know what I mean? I never told people because I know it kind of sends so much hate her way.
Right.
So much time has passed now, and now it's just irrelevant at this point. So I don't mind mentioning it now, and
Right.
not mentioning it to my own fans, anyways. But when you say that name, I feel like I had to mention that.
Yeah, because I wish no hate on nobody.
I don't either. I still don't. I mean, I had a lot
Right.
of love for her, and I
Right. And
didn't.
I know
I
you
didn't
do.
even retaliate and do
Right.
anything bad. As a matter of fact, even when she was fighting with Omar, I stayed neutral as a friend to her. Even though I knew she was the one that
Right.
dined me out, I still stayed nice and neutral, and that's just how I was. And as a matter of fact,
Right.
she never came after me when she was coming after everybody else.
Right.
I
And I'm
stayed out
glad.
of it, and
And
she can
I'm
never say
glad you
anything
did.
bad about me. But
I'm glad you did.
yeah.
I'm glad you did.
I did, and I had the most right of anybody to post my grievances during all that, but I stayed completely away, and I actually even tried to mediate between her and Omar, and I tried to make things better, and it didn't help, unfortunately. But
Right. I'm just glad that time is over with.
Mhm.
That we can all just get along, as they say. Why can't we all just get along? You
Exactly,
know, because the direction that this world is going right now, I mean, come on, y'all.
yeah,
We got to show more love.
life's
Uh,
too short.
it's
Yeah.
way too short. That's a big box of. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. Oh, yeah, I am. My daughter. I'm gonna show you the box that she showed me. I ain't no shame in my game. Let me show you. How would you like to get this for Christmas?
Uh, man,
A big box of pads.
it's funny.
Anyway, anyway, but see, I've always wanted to meet Patty though because I know she had a son that passed away and
Right.
a husband too. And I just wanted to just sit down one day and have coffee and conversation. I always told her that. Now, there was a lot of hate that came our way. A lot of hate. There was people that hated on us. We lost subscribers because of me saying it. But see,
Mhm.
I'm the type of person, I speak what I feel. I have no hate in my heart.
I've always been I've always considered myself one of the best judge of characters out there, and
Right.
that was one of the few times in my life that I got fooled.
Yeah. You know,
So I mean, it was definitely a dangerous situation, and but you know what? People definitely have a right to change, and Even
Right.
like I let it go and forgave her, and even like I
Right.
said, tried to help out and did,
Right.
did what I could. Still didn't
And
talk crap.
life goes on. Life goes on. And James, you've been through a lot. It's no, and I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I mean, you've had a relationship that just flat out quit on you.
Hmm.
Um, and see, I just don't. And me and my wife sat down and talked about this. That just wasn't ready for you.
No.
That's all. That's what that was.
Mm-mm.
That it just wasn't ready.
No.
And we felt bad at the same time. And even though she was,
We
how can
honestly, we honestly made the best friends ever. Like when we were friends for a couple years, it was literally the
Mhm.
greatest thing ever. Once we got into a relationship, things definitely weren't as great. But I definitely cherished those first couple of years of friendship. Was actually really I've never had that type of friendship, so it was cool.
you
Like a genuine friendship at the time. At least I thought. But who knows? Even still today, I know she had a good heart, but she had her problems for sure.
right now you and Omar has been friends for years.
Yeah, ever since I've been on YouTube, at least.
How did you guys meet?
Uh, so I was actually I took my kids to the carnival, like South Florida Fair, and
Mhm.
I spent so much money trying to win them stupid prizes. So we were gonna go back, and I decided to look up videos how to win carnival games. And Omar had just uploaded a video called "How to Win Impossible Carnival Games," where he had went to the carnival and he did talked about games and stuff. So that's how I met him. I'm like, oh, he seems like a really genuine, nice guy. And then I looked at some of his other videos and saw how he, gave the shirt off his back to a homeless guy. And I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
that was really nice. And anyways, he was advertising that he was starting to do live. YouTube didn't even have live streams at the time. They didn't offer live streaming. But there was a channel. I can't remember what it was called at the time or anymore. But um, uh, I don't even remember. Anyways, he said he would go live like Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock on there, and at the time his vlog channel probably had about 20,000 subscribers, and his main channel probably had a couple 100,000 subscribers.
Mhm.
And he was just doing pranks and stuff back then and dumpster dive videos. But yeah, he decided to do these live streams, and what was so cool about these live streams are it was so ahead of its time. It allowed us to like he could guest people in just like we are right now. This is way before they had Zoom or anything. They would allow me to be part of his live stream, and got to find out he only lived a few hours away. We had a lot of common. And he knew I lived in Boca Raton, which was a real rich city.
Mhm.
And he was like, "How's the dumpster diving there?" And I'm like, "Yo, my mom. I've been dumpster diving since I was a kid with my mom. We used to just do it for fun too. Well, when we were younger, we would do it because out of necessity. But like the amount of things we would find, and I mean, I found real gold in dumpsters. I found working laptops. I found so much really good stuff in there before it just became fun to do. So he's like, why don't I come out there and we'll go film some videos. And he came out and I met him and made some chicken wings when he came, and
Mhm.
we did some dumpster dive videos, which you can still go back to his channel and see the first video I was on. And he stayed for a couple nights, and yeah, we just started from there.
Man, because he seems like a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But he had got a lot of flack though when he got married again.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, and that's the thing. Whenever you bring somebody as part of your channel, and then all of a sudden you break up with them, I went through that with Chelsea, and
Mhm.
as much as like there was so many things, like I basically did a video to announce that we broke up, and I blessed her. I literally
Mhm.
said what a great person she is, that she just needed to, find her way, and I talked nothing but good stuff about her, even though it wasn't even true. I actually one of the first time I actually lied to my people because some of the things that she did was so awful. But I knew that I didn't want people to hate on her. So I
Right.
decided to just speak nothing but good things about her, bless her, and and do that. But even then, she would say things, and I would see like my good fans over there, kissing her butt and talking bad about me, and I lost a lot of subscribers from that and had to deal with some repercussions, even though, it wasn't as bad at first because like I said, I blessed her, and I just, let her go and just told nothing but good about her. And she just started, it's funny. I once wrote her a letter, basically just because I know she had still had issues from our relationship for some reason, and I had wrote her like a couple page letter, basically just apologizing for anything that I had ever felt bad about in our relationship.
Mhm.
And I didn't say anything, not one thing that she did wrong. She wrote a 5-page letter back. The whole entire 5 pages was nothing but her blaming me for things that didn't even happen. And just, it literally, there wasn't like, my letter was literally saying, hey, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for this. I hope you do really well. Again, I'm sorry for this and this and this. And her whole letter was, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. And she didn't take blame for one thing that she had done. And that just told me everything I needed to know. You know what I mean? That,
Right. And
and
so,
plus I felt trapped because I couldn't tell everybody anything that happened. And the only people that knew were Omar and Tiffany at the time. And even them, they stayed very neutral until they had a situation with Chelsea and they saw exactly what I had seen, which was, a bad side of her, and they didn't ever talk after that because she was very rude to both of them. Let's just say for no reason.
right.
But
I'm so glad that you don't spit poison on nobody.
no,
I'm so glad because that's something that we don't do. Like I said before, we've lost subscribers because I associated with such and such people, uh,
mm,
and they couldn't understand why. But I look at it like this: this is my life. I associate with whoever I want, and God directs me in the direction that I go. He
right,
directed
right.
me in the meeting you. He directed me in the meeting Christina and son. He directed me over to
He got
Omar's
he
channel.
he
You
makes
know,
us do. He gives us things to do sometimes that we don't understand, but there's a purpose and reason behind it. I agree.
right, and everybody that's in this chat, you all came here for a reason. Whether it be maybe it's because you seen the title, Conversation with James and Fam. Maybe it's because you knew of our channel and decided, hey, let's check it out. Some of you that's in here, like Josh Sees, is new. And thank you, Josh Sees, for being here. And we love having you here. And like I said, we treat everybody like you're at the Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family. And that's how
Mhm.
want to keep it going. We want people to feel love and don't have to worry about no drama and this person and that person. No, this is not the kind of channel. If you want those channels, you got to look for them, but you won't find it here because we know nothing about love and positivity. So you came to the
Right.
right place. And that's the same with James. And that's why when he goes live, I love how he starts it off. Sometime in the middle of his chat is when he starts expressing more love and talking about how we need to all start getting along, no matter what color we are, no matter where we
Mhm.
come from, show love. And that's what gravitated me to James. That right there, you know. And then Omar was the same way. Omar was like, I don't care what your background is. I love you guys no matter what. That's what gravitated me to Omar. I didn't know who Omar was. And Jim was watching Omar before I was. I was actually watching you before I was watching Omar.
Oh
And
wow.
then and then people was telling me that me and Omar were so similar. They called me a black Omar because what Omar was doing, I was doing. Like when he was doing stuff for like he was giving the shirt off his back,
hmm
we were feeding homeless people and we had the films back it up.
Wait. So how did you find my channel originally?
It was, you know what? This is the funny thing how we found your channel through Cody.
Okay.
Cody found your
Odie.
channel.
Nice.
He found your channel.
Do you remember what? Does he remember what video it was, or
Cody,
Yeah, I mean,
that's hard to remember, probably? But
it's gonna be old, I know that. But we sat out and we watched and it was like, hey, this dude seems pretty cool. And the fact that we noticed that you couldn't see,
hmm
that really gravitated us.
fine as a bat, that's for sure. And it's
And
funny.
because,
Anybody that's ever met me too, they're like, any doubt of how bad your eyesight is, I completely understand now. I'm sure Christine, anybody could tell you. Like,
yeah,
I deal with it really well, but especially at night, it's very difficult unless I light everything up really well.
Cody said your video had came up on one of his
headliners.
headliners. It was like what 7, 8 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
You
And
don't remember what video though, huh?
he don't remember. No, he doesn't
Once you
remember.
start watching a bunch of videos, they all blend together. Yeah.
Right, and then Tony peeked in and seen Cody watching. Then Tony got involved, and
That's
so
so
the
cool.
boys just love watching your videos.
That's awesome.
And plus the
What's their favorite type of videos that I do or have ever done?
just
Ask them. I'm
basically
curious.
when you walk, like the one I told you about, where you seen the shadows were right in front of you,
Yeah.
and you didn't even see them. You just kept
There's
on.
been so many videos that I've put out where like things have happened that I didn't even know until people told me. Like, think about my biggest video with 12 million views on my channel, hundreds of millions of views on the internet, the XXX Tentacion. I was taking B-roll when I didn't even when I uploaded the video, I didn't even know what I had. I could have just easily not even used that clip, you know?
Right.
Thank God I did, you know, but like, you know.
That's everyday treasure.
Everyday Treasure said, Davos, you used to walk him into trees on purpose.
I done walked in the spider web. Yeah, I know. It ain't nobody can say I faked my vision. That's for sure. That's crazy.
Josh C says, my way of life is basically don't be an a-hole. Right.
Yeah.
And besides, I tell people all the time, I used to have people call me an a-hole. I tell them, no, I'm an a-half because it takes two of me to make an a-hole.
Mm-hmm.
And the last I seen, I ain't have no twin.
Mm.
So I'm just an ass half. I'm just reading the chat here. Justin Chitwood said, I seen James almost died in his videos.
Yeah,
And
a couple times.
Glenn, how are you doing?
Glenny Pierce?
Yes, Glenn Pierce.
Glenny. You know what? He was just talking about you, Glenn, yesterday when I talked to him on text message or the phone or something, because he was talking about, he's like, ask Glenn about my music, you know, and stuff.
Glenn,
Yeah, he was
Glenn knows.
mentioning.
That's another
You
thing.
mentioning Pierce.
Yeah, it's funny because I watched the video where
Glenn's another one can tell you how blind I am.
Oh, I believe it because I watched the video with him and when he first came home to the States with Omar. And I told you, and I was like, I know him. And Jim was like, how do you know him? I said, because when we used to go play and we played over there in the UK,
That's
Glenn
crazy.
came to our show.
What
And
a small world.
It's a small world.
So crazy. That's so crazy. A guy from
but-
Texas and a guy from the UK, and they just, happen to. That's so crazy.
Glenn said his music is amazing. And Glenn, you are amazing, bro. You are amazing. I told you, Glenn knows who we are.
Glenn is a good guy. Yep.
I used to be in a group called Zap. A lot of you that's in the chat, if you didn't know, a group called Zap. Back in the day, they did a song called Computer Love. That song right there, Roger was so ahead of his time. He was talking about computer dating in 1985.
Oh, wow.
If you go look up Computer Love, that song is still played today. A lot of the rappers had sampled a lot of the music from it. The most recent one was Usher.
You should get Glenn up on the live stream with us.
He's been alive. Glenn, if you want to come up, would you like to come up, Glenn?
I'd like to see Glenny.
Glenn, if you want to come up, I will send you a link. Let me know if you would like to come
Seen
up.
that old bastard in years.
More bounce to the house, yes. More, and I wish I could play it. Technically, I can because I won't really get copyright, but I got my own version of More Bounce and a lot of stuff that I used to do with the Zap Band. I got my own stuff, and that way I don't get copywritten.
There you
Glenn,
go.
okay, so Glenn, I'm gonna send you this link, and I believe I have you on. I believe I have you on Twitter. So let me go to Twitter real quick.
And by the way, if anybody sends in a $5 donation, Glenn will show his nipple. They don't call a $5 nip slip Glenn for nothing.
Watch everybody start sending in $5.
I'll send $5 for the nip slip. Shoot.
Hey, be yourself. Be yourself. So don't candy coat. My wife has the potty mouth. She's got the sailor mouth.
I honestly don't curse that much. I try not to, so I catch myself sometimes, you know.
Well,
And then I
wish
stop myself. That's all me, not just because on there. But
maybe you should improve my wife then, because she does on a frequent. She just won't do it on here, you know. But
right.
sometimes it slipped out a few times. Right. I sent you a link, Glenn. I sent it on Twitter.
Shame on you, Christina. Be smoking. That's so bad for you. You know that?
It is,
I
and
know.
that's why I'm vaping.
Yeah, he vapes. I
It's
smoke.
so bad for you. I mean, he should never do that. That's so
Hey,
disappointing.
we just got a $4 donation from Michael Andre. He said, "Don't need to
You didn't
see
get that one,
any
did you,
nipples."
Christina? I'm sorry. Say that again.
So I gotta do this.
You gotta
because
watch that back. Huh?
I gotta do this because I got a $4 donation from Michael. So let me play this.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Thank you so much, Michael, for the $4 donation. Just to let y'all know, though, the money that we do get, it goes for our boys' Special Olympics. So we don't keep it. It goes to them and their team. So it's not just them. That's where the money for the stickers and for the members, we take that money and put it toward the Special Olympics for their bowling. That's where it goes.
Yep.
So it goes to a good cause. I'm sorry. I just had to play that. Every time somebody give us a donation, I have to do my little, here comes the money.
You need to use all those.
Blue Tulip said, hi, Eddie and Jen.
Blue Tulip.
Hi, panel. I like James dumpster dives. There's a lot of people that's been putting that in here that they
Bro,
love.
I could do a live stream dumpster dive. I should.
You should. I wish I lived in Florida, because I tell you, James, I would come pick you up a lot. And because that's something we haven't filmed, but we do dumpster diving also. Whoa, James, you did not have to do that, bro.
Yeah.
No. Now,
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
you did not have to do that. And that's going to the boys. You guys, James just donated to y'all's Special Olympics.
Thank you.
Wow.
You're welcome. No
Whoa,
worries.
whoa. Wait a minute. Michael. That's, whoa.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Michael, thank you so very much. And like I said, anything that we get, all donations that we get, it goes for our boys' in Special Olympics team. And it pays for their bowling, and they got a competition that they're going to be coming up in soon. And the fact that I'm going to live stream the next competition. So hopefully y'all can join the live. And there's Glenn. There he is. How's my brother doing?
Hi, Glenn.
How are you doing, Glenn?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Glenn,
How are
hey.
you?
Glenn, hey, there he is.
Oh,
What's
no.
up, yo,
Stinky
geezer?
foot. Yeah. Oh, Stinkfoot. Oh, no, the rancid.
Get a little whiff
The
there.
rancid, man.
It's only been like a few weeks since I washed them. Don't worry.
Hey, there you go.
God.
Ask and it shall be given unto you.
Mhm. I'll give you the toe twirl too if you want.
Oh,
Like, I'm good.
please.
I gave it the
Please.
post
I saw
office.
Glenn's tongue come out. You see that?
Oh my
dear.
gosh.
Davros
Fine.
is super jealous watching this right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Him and Everyday Treasures. They're both wishing they could smell that. They went,
James,
Yes.
it's not $5 anymore.
that's why I sent 10 just in case. It's,
No,
20. It's probably 20.
it's 20.
That's what I figured. Hey!
Oh, there you go. There you go, everybody. It's all been paid for.
Dang, I got to get a screenshot of that one. Put it on Twitter. Shoot.
Oh, no.
I got to go back.
Everybody in the chat's like, LOL and wow.
I got to timestamp that puppy.
At
Hey.
least he asked you, Glenn, to do it and not me, because then he
That'd
would've set
be
us up.
sexual harassment. This is something different.
Hello, Kim. How are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Glenn, how are you doing? How's life treating you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm over winter being here. You know what I mean? Although it was blue sky and sunny today, but it's still a bit chilly. But it's like it's just dragged on too long. You know.
Yeah, I bet it is. I mean, gosh, man, you feeling better though?
Yeah, you know, it's bit of sun on my face was all right today. So you know, it was.
In here, we got about 85 degrees and chilly.
That's what we got here.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that's nice.
See
We're in
what
the 30s still over here.
Nice.
It's 11. It's 11 degrees here.
Hey,
Yikes.
Which
No,
is,
thank
that's
you.
you took the words right out of my mouth. Yikes!
Y'all can have that.
yeah.
I'm good. I'll stick to my 85.
Same.
I mean, I like the seasons and that. I like seeing, you know, spring into summer, into autumn, into winter. But for some reason, this winter's just like, I don't know, it's just been a bit.
Hey, I feel you on that. Hey, GSS Videos, thank you for the share. GSS Videos, aren't you over in the UK also? I just thought about that. I think you're in the UK too. Thank you for sharing us out. If any of you guys share this out, we appreciate you. And if you are new to the channel, we'd love to have you. Just hit that subscribe button. It's free.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you.
Free.
I am so glad you came in. I love free, just like Omar once said. Free.
Free 99.
Aren't you going to be coming back to the States?
Well, I was going to come back for Omar's wedding last November.
Oh, okay.
But money and that, it was just a little bit too tight, and I had some bills coming in and that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the fare, you can get quite a cheap fare. You know, you can get a fare for about $500, I suppose.
God damn.
But
$500.
Yeah, and that's like that's getting a deal. That's getting a deal. You know?
There's a date and a movie come with that.
God, no. You're lucky. You're lucky you're not got an out. You're lucky you're not got an outside seat. You know what I mean? So,
oh my gosh!
Yeah.
See, I would come over there. I came over there a few times with Roger and them. I really am not the flying type. Roger knew that too, and that was one of the things when we first went over to the UK, and this was in 1985. Right after we came out with when he came out with the new Zap for You album, and we went over. The first place we went to was Hamburg, Germany, and they knew that they was not going to get me on a plane because I've told them there was no way I'm going on a plane, but I had to go because I was one of their main sessions artists. When if someone got sick or couldn't, perform, it was me as their backup. And so I promised Roger I would do that. So what they ended up doing, because see, Roger didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do none of that stuff. But they made them get me drunk and got me on that plane.
Sounds a bit like Murdoch from the A-Team.
Yeah, and that was the only way I went, and I came back the same way.
Wow.
Because I was afraid to fly because I told people, hey, if God intended me to fly, he would have gave me wings.
Yeah.
But
there is that. Yeah, there is that.
But I loved it over there. When I went to Germany, when I went to the UK, and when you came out and I thank you for your support, Glenn. I really do. And
cool.
the band is still going today. They still play. I talk to them every now and then. As a matter of fact, we just recently got mentioned for a possibility to be going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes, and we talked about that. And they told me that even if they
You gotta send me some of your music. I want to hear it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you can go on YouTube and look up Zapp and Roger. And you'll see
Zapp and Roger.
ZAPP and Roger, and you'll see it.
RODGER?
Yeah, Roger. Yes.
Roger, no D.
No,
No D.
Roger. And look up his music. Roger was a pioneer. He was a true icon and does not get the credit he deserves.
It's
He
true.
does. He
Very
does
true.
not. He There's a lot of people that use the talk box. The talk box. Peter Frampton for one, Joel Walsh. But Roger mastered it and made it his focal point. So that talk box was your lead vocals, and Roger was so good at how he did it and how he used it. And he was just so ahead of his time in a lot of his music. And so that always gets missed out. The last time people had ever heard of Roger was when they would hear California Love with Tupac and Dr. Dre. And
Mm.
Roger using the talk box, on that. And then he's worked with other people in the past. As a matter of fact, from the UK, there's a group called Scritti Politti
There is.
that he worked with. He worked with them. I'm
Computer
trying,
Love. That's one of your music. Computer
yes,
Love.
Computer Love, yes.
That's funny. I owned a computer business for like so many years.
I was gonna ask you that. I'm glad you said that. I was gonna ask you, didn't you at one time have a computer business?
Oh yeah, very successful computer business. As a matter of fact, I was one of the very first. I was the very first as seen on TV PC on infomercial.
Really?
Was me. Yeah, that was my very first one. I was the very first person to do that. But yeah, I ran a wholesale computer parts business. I did sell computers and built them too, but I also wholesaled out a lot of parts. And I was making $10,000 to $20,000 a week. It was crazy. I was making
Dang.
a fortune doing that. Yep. And I did that for a lot of years. I've lived life completely backwards. I went to college for 2 years and I quit college because I was going home. I was working as a waiter and going to college at the time. And I was coming home one day and I love garage sales. And somebody in my neighborhood was having one. And
Oh,
they
so
had
was.
they had this huge brick. It was like this big. It was a hard drive, computer hard drive. It was
Mhm.
like, I don't know, 300 KB. I mean, it was like super small, but it was like this big. And he also had a copy of Windows 95, brand new in a box. And I asked him how
Mhm.
much he wanted, and he was like $50. And I bought them and I put them on eBay and they sold for $200. And I was like, I made $150. I'm like, I made more than I did working the last 2 nights. So I started looking for people to wholesale the computer parts, and I just happened to find the one person that had the best connection in the world with manufacturers of like motherboards, because
Uh-huh.
they had something called RMA buffer, which means like if you bought a brand new motherboard in the box and it was $150 and it has a 1 year warranty, well, the company keeps a certain excess amount to exchange for warranty. Well, there's no box, there's no cables, no manuals. It's just, replacement motherboard. Well, after the warranty period's up, they just have all these motherboards just sitting there. And I would buy them for like $10 a piece and sell them on eBay for 40, 50, 60, 70, $80 a pop. And I'd be selling hundreds a week. So and then I would do trade shows and stuff and sell computer parts there and make just as much at the shows. And I wish I would do either or. I'd like, because I hated doing eBay. I'd be doing hundreds of emails a day. It sucked. And I did everything myself for a while until I finally got a big warehouse and then hired some people and stuff. But that was toward the end, and I went through a divorce, got super depressed, and stopped working, and just ran my company into the ground.
Wow. And, yeah, and now, you know what? Now that you brought something up, uh, divorce. Um, how long you been divorced?
Let's see. I got divorced when I was 30, so going on 18 years, 17, 18 years. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Our kids were so little, now they're so old.
And you know what? You're a good
Crazy.
father. You're a
Yeah,
good father.
yeah. I
I,
try.
you don't even have to try. I mean, the fact
Yeah.
that you're still there in their life, that says a lot about your
Oh
character.
yeah. I would always have my kids, even after a divorce. I'd have them 1 week, she'd have them 1 week, and or whatever. I've always,
Hmm.
been in their lives. I never would not, because my father left when I was young, and my father was a genius. He had started. His problem was he would start something and then get out of it and go on to the next thing. I mean, as a matter of fact, he was so smart. He created. He had this idea to sell products on TV as infomercials before anybody ever did it. Um, if you remember the original ab roller,
Yeah.
that's his product. Um,
Wow.
What was it? You remember the Cabbage Patch dolls? But
Yes,
before
I
Cabbage
do.
Patch dolls, they were called Little People. It started in North Carolina. Well, my dad just met Xavier Roberts when he had got started, and he became partners with him. And as a matter of fact, he had gave my dad the first like 10 Little People ever produced,
Mhm.
and he actually ended up wanting the number one doll back. But I have dolls 2 through 10, the very first ones ever made. They probably don't even know where they are, and still to this day, they have a place called Babyland General in North Carolina that works on Little People and Cabbage Patch dolls. Because before they were Cabbage Patch dolls, they were called Little People. They're
Right.
signed and autographed on the foot by Xavier Roberts. I have the birth certificates matching the dates, and they're
Wow.
literally the first ones ever made. I don't know how much they're worth, but
Yeah.
my
That's
idea
great.
is when I found out that it's only a couple hours to this place from where I live in South Carolina, so I'm gonna bring one of the dolls there and all the birth certificates, like make copies, and
Mhm.
kind of see what they think about it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna freak out over it, but yeah, he would start something. He also started the company For Sale by Owner. You ever heard of that company?
Yes, I have.
He started that company and then he got out. Like, he would make some money and then he would dip. But he
Right.
had substance abuse problems, and he, like I said, he left when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I never saw him again.
That's sad that, a lot of people lose, a lot of things due to substance.
Yeah,
You know, and
yeah,
you, you
100%.
know, and instead of people getting mad at them,
Especially
uh,
nowadays, because the drugs are different than they were back then. They weren't as now. They're like 100 times more dangerous than they were back then. It's so much worse
yeah.
now. It's hard. It's not a good time to be. I know somebody that was hooked on the H stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And at some point, the dealers stopped selling that, and they would just sell fentanyl to look like that other stuff,
Mm.
and people would just die from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You try to help people out, but you can't help people that don't want to help themselves.
And that's true because in order to, get help, you have to be willing, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and you have to want it. And if you don't want help, then that's just on you, you know.
I mean, everybody's got their own story though, and the thing is,
Right.
the reason I can relate is because when I was 25, I was the straightest person in the entire world you ever met. I had never smoked a cigarette. I had never done a drug in my whole life. I didn't smoke marijuana. I didn't do nothing. I mean, I didn't get in trouble. I was literally the straightest arrow. And one night, I told you I was very successful. I had my dream car. It was a Roush Stage 3 Mustang convertible, all black. They only made 39 of them, but it had like the side exhaust and the body
Mhm.
kit, and it had a supercharger, stage 3 supercharger on it. Super
Wow.
nice. And I was going to my friend's house one night, and he just happened to be leaving. And it was like he had a guard gate, but like 100 feet before then, I had stopped and he had stopped. Well, some guy I guess never saw me, and he was in $100,000 Mercedes, and he hit me going like 40 miles an hour, and I hit my head on the roll bar, and I messed up my back, and I went to the doctor the next day, and they gave me 120 I don't know if it was Vicodin or Percocet or whatever, and I didn't know what that stuff was. I just thought I had to take this medically because of my, I have to take this. I didn't
Right.
even like taking aspirin. My ex-wife, I used
Mm.
to always tell her I'd get a headache, and she's like, take an aspirin. I'm like, no, I don't want to put anything in my body. But anyways, I got into this accident, and I thought, hey, I got to take this stuff. Had no idea what it was, and it wasn't
Mhm.
until a few months later to where I just kept needing more of it and not realizing that I was getting hooked on this stuff, and then even though I didn't even really need it. And that's how my addiction started from then there to like, oh, I'm feeling so bad. I need something where I stop taking it. And then, you withdraw. So you have to take something. So, you try marijuana for the first time to see if that helps or do whatever. And like, I kind of got tricked into being like that. And thank God after a few years and going through a divorce, which I think that led to my divorce because I had changed as a person and I didn't see it, but she had saw it. And that's pretty much 100% what led to me losing my business at the time. Because before that accident, I was extremely successful and I was a workaholic. I would work 20 hours a day sometimes, or most of the time. And then right after I got into that accident, ever since then, I couldn't work like that anymore. I lost everything, and I had to go through and experience all that. So for me, I feel like people have a story, but you have to want to quit. You know what I mean? And I feel like maybe I had to experience that so I could help others. And I feel like that's why that ended up happening to me. So I
Right.
can understand what it's like, being an addict and going through that and just not caring about anything or stealing from family or doing whatever I have to do to get my next high. So I feel like that was done for a reason, but it's one of the hardest things ever to quit doing stuff after you start, which is why you should never start. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I thought I medically had to take it. Like I didn't. If somebody would told me, "Hey, what are you taking?" Just so you know that stuff's really addictive, and I would have never taken it, and it's messed me up mentally and physically ever since I've taken that. I've never been the same person as I was back then.
Michael had mentioned, he said green beans and orange juice. Now, Michael, what is green beans and orange juice?
What does
Did
that
I
do?
did I miss something here?
You obviously missed something.
I missed something. You know what, Glenn? I made a song for Glenn.
Oh, did you guys see my Twitter, by the way?
Your
No.
Twitter?
Yeah, you should check my Twitter.
Okay, you know what? Before I do that, because I think we're all gonna check it out.
I'm sure you
But
are.
I'm gonna play a little bit of this that I did for Glenn. Check this out now that Glenn's here.
My tweets for Glenn too. This goes good with his song.
You can't step in with a Zap style blend. Come on, Glenn Pierce in the place tonight.
Oh yeah. Glenn Pierce.
Do the move. Yeah. Do the move. Yeah. Do the move. Yeah. He's got that smile that brings the light. Stepping out the door, looking sharp tonight. Leather shoes, that midnight blue suit. When the groove hits, you know he's got the truth.
You know that's slamming.
See him slide. Turntable dreams on the UK side.
Oh yeah.
That funk from across the sea. Feeling that South electricity.
Oh yeah.
Oh, when the rhythm hits, he starts to glow. Every move he makes a stereo. From London town to the Ohio floor. The funk is back and he's walking.
Throw the nip slip out there for $20.
The bass line's bumping, the party's moving. Got the lights flashing, the crowd's in a trance. Glenn Pierce got the whole world wanna take Glenn in the groove.
There, I had to play that, Glenn, because you hear
That's brilliant.
that is
I love it.
slamming. When I
I
put that
absolutely
stuff
love
together and I when I articulated it how I wanted the keyboards going and everything, I was playing that back. I was like, damn, this is really nice.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
It's
It's so dancey.
Yes, and I made that for Glenn.
I know. I put in the chat. Where's my song? Just because I make my own
You know
music
what?
doesn't mean I don't need one from Eddie.
You know what?
Christina, son, and Go Squad.
I'm gonna make you one, Christina. I'm gonna make you one.
Yes, because I made.
Yo,
I,
you can
I-
start
I
charging
didn't make
money
you
doing
guys
that.
a song, but I made you guys
You know what?
stories.
You know what, James? I was gonna charge.
You
but
should.
you know what though? God though puts it in my heart to just
No, I'm
give.
saying I'm not saying for your friends, but I'm saying like if somebody wants a song to give to somebody like a loved one.
Oh yeah, that's
they
different.
should-
That's a different
Yeah,
story.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. Yeah, people like I would pay somebody to make a song for me for someone if I had someone to give it to.
yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
that's
you
a
can
totally
sell
different story.
that kind
Like
of
get
thing
a
even
make a
on
song from about
Etsy.
my mom or something for Mother's Day or
Yeah.
something cool like that. That's a
Yeah,
good
'cause-
idea. Or somebody's birthday.
I made one for my. As a matter of fact, James, if you go on my channel, and you look at the music videos, I did one for anyone with special needs. It's called
Oh, I
Super.
love it.
So I did one for that. I did one for them. I did one Slipped and Fell in Love is country. It's kind of country trap. That's Jen's favorite one. I slipped and fell in love. So I did. I mean, I'm just constantly right. I got gospel on there, you know.
Nice.
So I dip into everything, and that's why I want to. You know, I told myself, I said, you know what, I want to do something for James, and I said, you know what, I got to do something for Glenn too. You know, because and I'm doing what I'm doing is I'm doing these for everyone that has shown us love. Because
Nice.
I'm also working on one for Omar. He just doesn't know it yet.
Nice.
And these are people that have shown us love that I want to give back in a song.
That's awesome.
You know, so yeah, that's why I do it.
Very, very cool and humble, unique way to give a gift for sure. Or
Yeah,
show appreciation,
something that they'll like, and they can go to their friends and say, hey man, check this out. This song is about me, and it's about them.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Right. Where are you gonna go and get a song that's talking about you specifically? Nowhere, unless you made it yourself.
That's true.
So I do it for you. You know, so I just love music. I love the jam, man. I just love music.
Yeah, man.
And that's why and Glenn, you know, just when I see Glenn, he just makes me so happy because there's somebody right there I really know. You know, and I can sit there and chop it up with and everything. And I have nothing but love for that man right there.
Oh,
And it just it amazed me when he came to the States and he met Omar. I'm like, wow, another person that's met Omar, and I have not met Omar yet. But one of these days, not only am I gonna meet him, I'm gonna get him on this live stream one day. I'm gonna get him on this live stream so we can talk about how he got started and give us his real life story.
That's
and let them see that there's nothing but love here. There's no badgering or hate or none of that. You won't find that here. There's no drama here.
James. When you see Omar in the next couple of weeks, you want to mention it to him.
Sure.
To get in touch with Eddie and Jen and
definitely
arrange something.
Yeah, I'd never be nice. I'll even try to peep it in myself, and because I know he doesn't.
Well, if you make a song for him, I'll make sure he gets it. You know
what? That's what I'll do. I'll get the song done. I'll send the song to you, James.
Perfect.
And then you say, "Hey, Omar, I want you to hear something." And
perfect.
And wait till he finished hearing it, and then let him know that song was for him.
Let's do it.
Hello, it was that newer ham radio Elmer. Welcome to the chat.
I used to go to that big ham fest in Daytona, Ohio, or Dayton, Ohio every year. Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah. Dayton is where the Zap Band is from.
And what was funny about that story is that's when I was doing the trade shows, and one day I had went to the I did it. It was a 2-day show, Saturday and Sunday, and I got a hotel Saturday night. And Sunday, I had about $9,000 in cash in a little cash box. I left my hotel, and as I'm driving there, all of a sudden I realized I left my cash box in the hotel. When I tell you I flew back, and I literally jumped the curb. I literally jumped the curb to get out of traffic to get back to the hotel. Finally made it back to the hotel, got my cash box. Thank God it was there. But the trade show was getting ready to open like in 2 minutes, and I was like 15 minutes away, and all my stuff was on tables. Although it was covered, I was afraid people was gonna steal stuff. So I was rushing there, and I got pulled over by one of the cops or state troopers there, and they said I was going over 15 miles over the speed limit, which is considered a felony there. And basically gave me a felony court appearance to show up for court, and I never showed up. And still to this day, I probably have a warrant out for my arrest in the state of Ohio.
Whoa, really?
So he's not going back there.
No, well, I have been back to Ohio a few times, but luckily it never got. I'm not gonna do anything to risk getting caught by the cops or having to show my. Because I don't think that just disappears after a while. You know,
no, it doesn't. And
for not showing up for felony court, I'm sure they issued a warrant, and it's been sitting out there for this long. So, you don't want to go to Ohio and get caught.
Let me tell you something that happened to me.
I can make a story of that and call myself a felon. I'm currently a felon.
I'll tell you something. I'll make it short and sweet. Something that happened to me in Ohio, and I'm from Ohio. I had drove on a suspended license, and my license was suspended for 15 years.
Oh wow.
I finally paid that bad boy, and you just don't know what kind of relief it is to be driving around constantly.
I bet.
I was constantly going to jail for a suspended license.
I've gotten busted for driving without license before. Luckily, never got arrested for it, but.
Hey, give me 1 second. I'll be back. Christina, entertain them. I gotta give Manny his medicine real quick. I will be right back. Be right back. Trust me, I will be back.
He will be back.
He will be back.
I will be back and black.
Back in black.
Back in black, yeah.
All right, it's on you, Christina.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming out too. I know we have not been exactly talking to the chat, but thank you all. 28 of you here. If you have any questions too, write them down. I'll try to get them for anybody who you have a question for.
Read the
and
chat.
Glenn, I love, by the way, your accent.
Thanks.
Love it. So when exactly, James, I tried to ask you in the live stream. I don't know if I missed it, but how's your sister?
Oh, she passed. Yeah, she passed about a month or two ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mentioned something in my chat, but my family doesn't want me talking about it for certain reasons. So
yeah, sure.
I didn't want to say too much, but well, we fought the good fight.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Definitely in a better place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I know you don't. Some people don't believe it, but in reincarnation or afterlives, I happen to believe it. So I have a whole bucket list of all the things I want to do and see before I go to that light, that I can't afford or I can't get to or whatever. So, imagine all the things you could do without a body and for free, I want to go see I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Italy. I want to go. So
that's what's so cool about videos now, that you can actually, visit places like on the videos. Like when Omar did his thing about the honeymoon, it's so cool seeing that stuff that I never would have gotten to see before. It's so cool we have that, because they didn't have that up until just not that long ago. They'd only have TV, and even that we've only literally had for less than 80 years, 190 years or so.
Yeah, and you know what it is? The TV, well, American TV, you would see American stuff. Unless you're watching, like, maybe you had cable, and cable is newer than the TV is, What, 82 was the first time HBO came out? And it was just HBO. There wasn't any other things. It was the regular channels and HBO. And people say, oh, that was a long time ago. Only the young people say that, because to me, 82 seems like yesterday. But I mean, James can tell you, James and I are only a year apart. So James is going to be, you said you're going to be 49 this year?
Think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're gonna 49. Be 49 this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 50 next year.
I'm gonna be 50 this year.
Spring chickens, my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 50 this year. So James and I are a year apart. He's a year younger. He's the lad here, but
yeah.
Yeah, but so, like, they didn't play that kind of stuff. But now you can see everything, and I love it. That's what I've really been working on too. Oh, James, that's an idea too for you. Because like you said, maybe urban exploring, you get in trouble if you go on somebody's property. I've been doing.
Well, the UK, they doesn't have any trespassing laws, so that's why I want to go to the UK. So
that's true. They don't have a few places don't have, and sometimes, especially when there's something abandoned, sometimes you can call the property owner. Sometimes the bank owns it, and you can be like, hey, I want to look at it,
I've got before like that.
But I've been doing these history videos where, like, I because you can get so many pictures and video and stuff online and do like the history of oh, I love the history of some of these places. It's amazing.
Mhm.
So, first and foremost, I want to say, James, I overheard what happened with your sister. You have our deepest condolences. I know you, and we don't have to talk about it. I just want you to know from my heart, um, we love you. Your sister is, you know, she's still with you. She's still with you. Long as you have her in your heart and keep her in mind, she's not gone.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah,
so
I appreciate it.
never say goodbye, because there's no goodbye. You know,
No,
you
I
all
know I'll see
See
her
you
one
later.
day. Trust
See
me,
you later.
I'm very content knowing when somebody has has a relationship with Jesus, and I know that they'll be seeing me in heaven one day. There's just a peace about that. So
right.
I get it.
And right, and that's where she's at, and we're gonna respect your wish on that.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
so again, we're right there for you whenever you need us. You know, like James Taylor once said, "Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there." Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a friend. Remember that.
No, I appreciate it.
Always got a friend right here. Your turn, Christina. Now that you like boring my crowd, you know.
I did not bore your you just stop.
No, I'm playing
You
with
know
you,
what's so
Christina.
crazy, guys? You know that video I shared with you earlier where I fell off the kayak at Gatorland? You
Yeah,
know
Yeah.
who's there with us? Somebody
yeah,
in this live stream.
yeah.
You
Glenn.
Now I just realized that because I just clicked on it. I'm watching to look at it and watching the very beginning, and I hear
Yeah.
Glenn's voice. I totally forgot Glenn was there for that. I
And,
remember 'cause we
and-
did the "What's in the Box" challenge too, and nobody
yeah.
watched that video. That got like 7,000 views, and I took it down. But we did a "What's in the Box" challenge. They put all kind of animals in there. That was
That was,
crazy. But yeah, what was
that
that
was
guy's name that passed away?
Brian.
The guy that was there.
Brian Barczyk.
Oh, Brian Barczyk. That's it. Yes,
Yeah.
Brian Barczyk.
And
Yeah, rest in peace.
he was scared. He didn't mind animals, wild animals, and all the rest of it, and
He
snakes.
was like a Steve Irwin kind of guy, you know?
Yeah, but he was scared to go on the aerial runway like we did.
Oh yeah.
He wouldn't go on it. Me and James were the first people
Mhm.
to go on the aerial runway
Yeah, I tried to talk him into it, but
at Gatorland at night, going with
they
the
were always so
cameras.
good to us. I went back there with my kids, and they brought people in before the park even opened for us to go on the zip line. Me and my kids, and we
Nice.
went around the park and did stuff. And we got behind the scenes, got to feed the gator, all kind of stuff. And then afterwards, Savannah, who runs the Gatorland, YouTube channel, she literally took us to like this amusement park where they had like go-kart rides and video games, and
Wow.
she knew the owner there, and they hooked it up for free. I mean, they were just such good people over there at Gatorland, especially
Yeah.
after I had my problems with Disney, which actually I'm going to be putting out a video where I take all the parts of what happened when J Station got arrested at Disney and I got banned for life.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah,
put that story in the video out this week.
and you know he's back.
Yeah, I heard that.
Is
Yeah,
he?
he's under a different name.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, he's doing different content. I found his channel. I can't remember what it is anymore.
I
But I
can't
did
either.
see it. I even wrote to him in the comments and he wrote me back. But I'd
Wow.
like to interview him actually for a video.
Yeah, same here. I thought about the same thing.
Wow.
Newer Ham Radio Elmer said, "My son, 15, going on 16, has autism. My boy. Hey, let me tell you something. Your son is a wonderful son. You know, sometimes because our boys being autistic, I wonder what is their world like, because their world is totally different from ours. And the best thing that we can do is be glad that we're in their world.
Yeah, man. Well
Love
said.
your son. Love your son.
Yeah, man.
You know, I just thought I'd throw that in there. But other than that, James, what do you have going on this week? Now that we're gonna bring this to a close.
That's a good question. I'm gonna try to shoot for this. We're gonna go into the Everglades searching for some pythons, but that all depends if I can get it hooked up or not. So I
What,
gotta find the right people to take me out.
these kind of pythons, or
Yeah, buddy.
like ooh, yeah, no, not that kind. Um, so hey, I want y'all, Christina, can you put James's link in?
Yes, of course.
If you're not subscribed to James the Fam, I'm quite sure 90% of you that's in here are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put his link in anyway. Go by, check him out, like and subscribe. Tell him that Eddie and Jen sent you, or you don't even have to tell him that we sent you. Just go by, show him some love, because he's
I
coming
appreciate
back.
it.
He's coming back with a
Yeah,
vengeance. Believe me,
back
he is coming
again.
back.
And,
And,
don't mention his feet.
And I am so
Honestly.
glad that James
Honestly,
came.
honestly, right? Honestly, his feet were bad, right? But when you're in a motel room in Gettysburg and he's got wet shoes, wet
Oh
socks,
yeah. Oh yeah. The wet shoes is what does it in.
rotten feet.
Bro,
Oh,
you don't even want
my.
those shoes in your room. They'll put them outside. We'll get kicked out of the hotel.
I'd rather have slept outside on the driveway. That was bad.
That now see,
There were so many great.
That's funny.
James, remember-
I forgot you went to Gatorland with us. That's crazy. You did a lot during that 2 weeks.
Yeah, man.
see,
Do you remember?
You did a lot.
Do you remember when we gave Omar the haunted toilet paper?
Bro, the funniest prank I've ever done on Omar was that prank. That was the funny. You could tell them what happened, but it was literally the funniest thing I've ever done.
I want to hear this.
We went to Brushy Mountain Prison and that. And it's a creepy place. I don't know what it's like now because they do
Completely abandoned for like 30, 40 years. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a creepy place. You wouldn't want, well, myself, I wouldn't want to be alone in there. Interesting, but creepy. Anyway, we were wandering around and there was one bit and they were doing some building work and there was a toilet roll. It was just a toilet roll.
It's like in a cell, some random cell. Somebody probably, use it as a feed.
Because the three of us were on the road, you never know when you're going to need toilet paper. So we took the toilet paper away.
We would never. I was never going to use that bro. I would never use that toilet paper. Are you kidding me? That's not why I kept it. But go ahead.
But anyway, a couple of days later, we went up to the castle that guy built. Oh, I can't remember.
Rainbow Castle or something like that. Yeah, in Tennessee.
Junior, was his name Junior? Something like that. And we went up to this castle that he'd built and that, and we filmed.
Beautiful castle. Got built all by himself. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And it got dark, and we were sort of like wrapping up, and Omar goes, "Oh God, I need to go number twos. I need to go number twos." Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So,
he was hurting.
He was hurting, and that. So, yeah, we gave him this haunted.
I'm like, oh, I got you, bro. I threw the toilet paper to him, and me and Glenn about died because he went right around the corner, took a dump, used the toilet paper, and then afterwards I told him where it came from. And he about died. He about died.
It was funny.
It was so funny. I remember when Omar and I were on Graffiti Highway, and he went into the bushes to take a dump, and he's taking a dump, and all of a sudden these two people come right out of the bushes right behind him, and he didn't even see him. He's sitting there taking a dump, and they look at him taking a dump. I recorded that. That was funny.
Oh, God, that was mad.
Yeah.
That was mad. And then there was that copper in Jersey. We pulled over the side of the road.
Oh, you were with us for that too?
Yeah.
Oh.
And we pulled over. I was sitting in the back, and
Clinton Road.
Yeah. You and Omar got out, and
it was like really famous at the time for being a haunted road.
yeah, and the copper pulled up. This patrolman pulled up. Oh my God, was he antsy? Oh, he was miserable, wasn't he? And he was saying,
he was a
"This is
complete butthole.
yeah, this is state land. This is a felony. You'll go
And
down."
he's like, "This not haunted. All you kids stay out of here." Blah blah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he like kicked us off. And he said, "Don't go on the road." So
Wow. I was going to ask you, see, you just answered the question for me. I was going to ask you earlier. Have you ever had somebody that was like a real douchebag to you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Did you ever see the video where Omar and Mo Sargi dropped me off at this motel, and it ended up being infested with all kind of
Bugs and that.
cockroaches and like bed bugs, and then like I started live streaming it, and Omar and Mo were watching. They thought it'd be funny to leak the phone number to the motel in the chat, so everyone started calling the motel, and the lady comes down to my room. And I like hid the camera, and like I hadn't slept in 4 days, and that was crazy. She wouldn't give me my ID back, and that was a crazy live stream. That was crazy.
I've never seen that video thing. That's
Yeah, I should put that back up because a lot of people haven't ever seen that.
If you find that, put that in the chat, man, because that I'll sit down and watch that one too. That's nuts.
Did you ever see the video where me and George from Tennessee, George, he used to have a channel, George Contreras. But we went to this motel and somebody was trying to break into our room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Had
I've
to call
seen
the
that one.
cops.
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy too.
What? Another question now. Do you still talk to your cousin? Breaking the shell.
I haven't talked to him in a while, but yeah, I still keep in touch, But yeah, he's busy doing his thing, All my cousins up there in Tennessee. Whenever I get a chance to go there, I try to visit with all of them.
I liked his channel.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I just put out a video last week when he was in. But Tim was good. He was good people. Tim's good. My cousins are awesome.
Yeah,
they're real good people. I have one cousin who he's just such an entrepreneur, does all kind of stuff. I have Tim, and then I have another cousin who he can't tell me what he does. 3-letter agency kind of thing. He had worked for a company where they built magnets, and people that had cancer would come into the facility and they'd have to get 2 treatments a day, stand in this big magnet thing. And he told me it was 100% success rate. Every single patient that they ever had in there, they were able to remove the cancerous cells in their body. And then the government shut them down. And then all of a sudden he ends up working for a company he can't talk about. So that's kind of a crazy, real smart people. If you cure
cancer, pharmaceuticals.
Well, they've already came out that there's been 4 cures for cancer in 4 different ways.
Yeah,
they've already come out with that, but
exactly.
So they've already proven it and stuff. But I've had it personally. I've had it proven. I even said I would make a video and risk my life making a video with the owner of that company when the government was shutting them down, and he didn't want to do it, which made me think if he didn't want to save his own company, then he just got bought out or whatever.
Exactly. Some farmer.
Yeah, the government wouldn't give him clearance, even though it was 100% success rate. It also ended up costing about $150,000 a patient. But they make too much money with chemo to ever let that happen. So that's why I hate all these companies that have cancer research and they collect money for cancer research. I'd rather that go to other, illnesses and not cancer research, because they've had bad ways to do it, and that's just part of the whole thing we were talking about. How the world is very evil, and there's a lot of evil people in this world. It has a lot to do with that. A lot of people. It's funny because all these things that I've known for ever since 2020, I've had to keep it in without being able to tell too many people. And I've told people certain things that I've found out, because once you go down that rabbit hole, it's so dark and crazy. And you can talk about it a little bit more now, and a lot more people are becoming awake. A lot of things that people said that were conspiracies have been proven to be true. A lot of stuff, a lot of evil stuff, and there's still things that I'm not sure. Like I believe, or I've seen certain proof that this, but I've seen so much proof. Something that happened with Omar and I when we went to the Branch Davidian compound in Waco, Texas, and For those that don't know, many years ago it was one of the biggest events in U.S. history where our own military went after our own civilians. There was like
I
a
remember
cult,
that.
and they were doing bad stuff with kids. And anyways, I found out that they had this underground tunnel that went underground, and the real reason, um, basically, I found out from somebody there. I don't want to get into too much, but they found accelerant on the outside of the building, which means people thought they had burned themselves alive, the congregation, after a 30-day standoff. But they, right after it happened, they filled in this tunnel, and the tunnel would go from their property to this big adjacent property, which happened to be owned by some kind of corporation. But one of our ex-presidents happened to be there, and there was a whole thing with children going underground between there. And that's when I went down the rabbit hole, because I was shown proof. The guy that actually runs their organization now, because they're still actually there today. But I was so freaked out, especially in 2020, to put that story out. Omar and I both were. We were so afraid to mention anything about that, because that would have definitely got us shot. We would have ended up committing suicide if that ended up being put out 5 years ago. Now I feel like it's just a drop in the bucket. There's been so much has come out about so many things, but that just that's what always led me to believe that in politics, it doesn't matter what side you're on. Both sides have good, both sides have very evil, and it's all meant to deceive people, because they're both behind the doors. They're on the same team. They don't make it look like that, but that's how they push what they want to push. And how did all these people go into office making $150,000 a year and then come out 5 years later worth $30 million?
Exactly.
And that's just that's on paper. What do they have behind the scenes? And gold or bitcoins or whatever. And
Shares and all that.
it's just I just pray, because I feel like the only thing that can help is Jesus. And I also remember reading the Bible about Sodom and Gomorrah, and I feel like we definitely are living in times like that now. The one thing that I do have hope in is that 5 years ago, I felt helpless because nobody knew this, nobody would believe it, and if I put it out there, I would be, at least I would lose my platform. But so many people now have seen so many. But the problem is, there's so many things that have shocked people that nothing surprises people now. Like the fact that, the whole Epstein thing, that there hasn't been mass arrest of people. And thing is, I went to school in Palm Beach County, where Jeffrey Epstein's from. And I actually knew some girls that went to my high school that actually used to brag about going on these cruise ships with these really rich guys. And I know what they were doing on the ship, Everybody knew what they were doing, because they were getting all these gifts and money and jewelry and bags and stuff. And we all knew. But a girl told me about a story that happened. And I've actually thought about making a video on this. But and this is what makes me believe that I understand the problem, why a lot of people haven't been arrested. But here's the thing. There's been people that have been tricked into being on camera in a bad way. Those people, I understand why they shouldn't get in trouble. It's the people that have that happen and then come back again and again and again. Those are the people that should be arrested, in my opinion. But the one thing that happened to me was this girl was on a yacht, and there was this family that was on there, and there was this little boy, and I don't want to get into too much detail, but this girl was downstairs with all these people, and they called the guy down, and there was this little 6, 7 year old boy that was had no clothes on, and these people were trying to force him to do some bad stuff to this boy, and he refused. So she tells us that they brought down his kids and his wife and basically put a gun to them and said, "You have to." And she said she's never seen a man that's been so broken in their entire life. And that right there kind of told me that they set up a lot of people to compromise them, to have them on camera, a lot of powerful people. That's the problem with this whole thing, and why there's so many problems with people, paying for stuff. But to me, it's so easy. It's the people that keep coming back afterwards. If they have them on multiple videos, why is there no arrest on those people? And the fact that people are not outraged about that, especially with all the information that's come out, and especially like the videos of like them killing children and like consuming things, they've never, like, people aren't outraged on it. There's no, like, what happened to society? You know what I mean? And there's been proof that's come out about things, but no one's paid. And maybe it just takes time. And I hope that's what it is, because if not, this is a very sad world we're living in, you know? And
Yeah,
that's like struggles that I've had personally, knowing all that and not being able to tell anybody. But I thank God that people are now, like, the truth starting to come out. And I knew it would always come out eventually. But it's taken 5 years for the truth finally to start coming out about things. And it feels good to be justified that I wasn't crazy, because I literally thought at some times that I was losing my mind, or I was having nervous breakdowns, or, you know, because I would be so upset with things that I would find out. But, you know, they put so much fake stuff out on the internet now, it's hard to tell what's real and what's not, you know? So you can't believe just anything you hear. You have to do so much research. And I don't suggest anybody going down that rabbit hole. That's all I can say.
Well,
Just
you
pray.
know,
All we can do is
funny
pray that Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Eddie, Texas just passed a law, I heard. I was always big on like non-GMOs and chemicals in the food. I used to go protest against it and organize and volunteer. And Texas passed a law that said if they found they have 44 ingredients that they feel is dangerous for
food?
people.
Yeah.
And they passed a law saying that if any of the foods have one of these 44
Good.
ingredients, they're going to put a sticker in the front that says not acceptable for human consumption.
Good for Texas. I'm
And
glad they're
now,
finally doing
because
that.
Texas did it, like Kellogg's can't change all their boxes just for Texas.
They
They're
don't
gonna
do that
it
in the
for
UK.
everybody.
Do they do that in the UK, Glenn? I don't think they do. They don't do it in a lot of places in the country. Like, they'll have 4 or 5 ingredients, and then we'll have 40 ingredients, and it's all cancer causing. Yeah, I've always said too, why is it that, like, 50 years ago, like, only 2% people got cancer, and then 40 years ago it was like 10%, and then 20 years ago it was like 20%, and now like 70 or 60% or 50% of people will get cancer in their life. Like, why does that happen? I mean, I always thought, look at the food and water.
Yeah.
Food and water.
Here in the UK, the food industry is so tightly regulated.
Is it?
That
That's
I
good.
bet I bet if I went into a supermarket in the States and just picked out stuff.
I know you like that Taco Bell.
Yeah.
We got Glenn hooked on Taco Bell when he was here, and then he ate it so much. We made him eat it so much that he hated it by the time he left.
If I took a trolley full of goods from a supermarket in the States and brought them to the UK, I would say a good 80% of them wouldn't be passable in the UK for consumption because of colorings, chemicals,
Right.
all the different like chemical agents that they put in them, the way that it's processed and that.
That's how people make all the money, because the officials here, they get bribed and they let them get away with it.
Exactly.
Even the food in Greece and Canada are different.
Yeah.
So when I go to the supermarkets now, like, people laugh at me because I'm like, oh, I have this, and they're like, what's that? I go, oh, it's European because it has all like hieroglyphics that they can't read. Whatever. That has all different languages on it, and they're like, where's this from? I'm like, Turkey. And they're like, well, why'd you get it from Turkey? I said, because in Turkey, when it's imported, they don't have the crazy crap that we do. So thank God for the supermarkets imported items, because a lot of those, you can even see, just like with the peanut butter, the difference. Their peanut butter has 2 ingredients. Ours has 20, you know?
Yeah. It's like they banned Sunny D over here because of the ingredients in it. So you couldn't get Sunny D over here. And also some one particular type of Cheetos they banned as well because of the colouring and the flavouring that was in it.
Probably the flaming ones, yeah.
Yeah, and you can't get those original type over here anymore. Well, yeah, it must have been about 15 years now.
Mm.
Let me ask you, Glenn. Do y'all have like ranch dressing over there?
No.
Hmm.
No.
You don't have ranch dressing?
No, you can find it if you hunt around. You can find it, but I mean, we got all the normal, like, craft dressings. Like
Right. What
French
do you
dressing.
have? What do you have there that we would have here? Or better yet, what do you have there that we don't have here?
Hey, just so you guys know, my phone's about to die, so
Hey, you know what?
I'm gonna probably get cut off here in a second.
As,
I
as,
just
as a
realized.
as a matter of fact, I'm gonna just let's save that for next time we go live.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Good.
James,
Yes,
thank you
sir.
so much for coming on. Hey,
Thank you
listen,
for inviting me.
anytime I'm on, you're welcome up here.
Sounds good, bro.
Okay, so
Sounds
next
good.
weekend, because I go live every Sunday.
Sure.
It's usually around 1 p.m., which is 2 p.m. your
Yeah,
time.
I'll hit you up when I'm free
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, do that. And Christina, thank you so much for coming
seeing
in.
you,
As
Thank you
always.
for having me,
And
James.
Glennie.
So
And
good to see you.
Yeah,
Glenn,
good seeing you guys.
we love you. Thank you, sir. Everybody in the chat, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here. If you guys have not subscribed to James and Fam, make sure you do. Like and
Seeing you,
subscribe.
appreciate it.
Check him out. I'm telling you, he's coming back. Trust me on that. He is coming back. And if you're new to our channel, please hit that red button. It's free. Free. You can't go wrong with free. Boomer D, I'm so glad to see you. Haven't seen you forever. And now we're getting ready to leave and Boomer shows up. Ain't that about that's how it goes, you know? Boomer, we love you.
One more thing.
Yeah.
This is end words of wisdom.
Yes.
It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
Yes, it is. I agree with you 100%. And listen, everybody, if you can't say anything nice to somebody, at least, don't say anything else.
Say it often.
Right. And if you have to, say it often.
Keep the faith.
Yes, sir. You too, Glenn. Everybody in the chat, thank you guys so much for being here. Till next weekend, you have a wonderful one. Wait a minute. Before I go, Christina, what do you got coming up this week?
I was gonna go live with Danny tonight. We kind of went a little over here, but I'm gonna ask him. Maybe we'll still go live for an hour, so maybe around 7. Look for us.
Put your link in.
I
Put
should
your
be
link
back.
in. Put your link in.
Oh, I should be back to regular schedule, but had a video. I had a great video. We're doing
Yes.
the Appalachia cryptids every
And
Sunday.
And you uploaded one this morning.
Yeah, so every Sunday I put a video about that. Friday night is Scary Story Night, where I tell other scary stories and folklore and stuff. So those are days I always have something. I did do, like yesterday, I did a crossover video. And on Tuesday that just passed, I did a great historical video when I went to Indiana about the museum there. So that was really cool if you like that stuff.
And I also want to give a shout out to Michael Andrews. Michael, thank you so much, sir. Everyone that donated tonight, it goes toward the Special Olympics bowling team. And so we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And you can also be a member for just $2 a month. Become a member. That's one way of paying it for it that way. But give because you want to, not because you had to. But we appreciate it anyway. Thank you, guys. Glenn, thank you.
Peace and love.
Everybody, have a great day. And remember, till next time, stay blessed. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Be nice and be